Start the stream. We shall start the stream. I shall open up my Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew with vanilla sweet cream. Ooh, you like that? That makes a noise. Yeah.
ASMR.
There's some ASMR. Yes, sir.
Bro, Skyler, why are you making moves in fucking K-Town when you know you in last place?
Well, I can't.
Bro, you're in last place by like a lot.
Yeah,
too.
you're
Don't you have 2 W's?
You're 1-10, and we're
no,
all
he's got
laughing
1
at
win.
you.
No.
Okay, so hang tight for a sec, guys. Let me open up my tabs. I'm very professional.
He's 1-11, by the way.
Oh no. Okay, so bing, bing, bing. What else do I normally have open? Oh yeah, the lines.
It's all right. I'm not much further ahead of you. I'm supposed to cream Tyler this week too. On paper.
I bet you are. Okay, that's good. What am I missing here? Oh yeah, my soundboard. What the fuck is it without a soundboard? Okay.
Let me get the YouTube pulled up.
The soundboard is ready. And then not ready yet. Okay. I like how much waffling on we've done for the last while I figure out my microphone issue. You like all the waffling on we've done here in the last minute? Okay. We're ready to do a show? I think we're ready to do a show. That's right. Welcome, one and all, the Long Shot Sportscast, Longview, Washington's #1 sports-related podcast. And if you're listening to this, you already knew that. And if you knew that, then you know me, your boy, Mike Holm. With me, as always, Skyler Lovingfoss. See, I swerved it.
Oh.
I swerved it. He didn't like that at all.
Throw shade.
And Brady Rucola. Brady had never had chocolate milk up until a year ago. Brady Rucola. And you know what? I was thinking, right? I was thinking because we were talking about it yesterday. And we were talking about cereals, which we're going to get into on the show because it's for no other reason than to, just serve myself here. And we talked about Cocoa Puffs. And I said, yeah, the milk after, man. You got the chocolate milk after. And Brady said, well, shoot, I've had chocolate milk before. Now, I was actually going to give that to you. I was going to give that to you, except for the fact that the childlike wonder when you had it a year ago, where you were like, wow, I've never had that chocolate. Boy, that stuff's pretty good. And I'm sitting there like, okay, if you're 7 and maybe like you were intimidated by your parents, hey, don't drink that sugary crap. You drink white milk, and then you forgot like for 2 years that like your parents can't do anything when you're at school. I would let that. I would let that slide. But as a 25-year-old man, like I thought that shit was we had a hearty laugh, and then I remember I went to everybody in the shop and said, "Oh my God, Brady never had chocolate milk until
Oh
just
my
now."
God,
Dude!
Wait a minute. Talking about shop, I know. I've got to show Brady this right now.
Is that the kid breaking the handle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chocolate milk.
Here,
it was
here.
great. Let me see this.
Watch this. This is the highlight of our week. This week was Simple Sam last night.
So while he's watching,
He doesn't
Let's
know
get
the
the
crane.
magnet down here.
He doesn't know the crane moves either. So watch him.
Oh,
He'll
fuck.
move the cart under the crane.
All right. So while they're watching that, I am going to share this. I'm going to put the video link up on Facebook. And I'd just like to remind all of you that if you are watching, if you need some help for some last minute starts, we got fantasy football playoffs coming up. If you'd like some advice or you're not sure who to stream and where, drop a note in the comments, and we'll be willing to help you guys out. We are so happy to be back after a lovely Thanksgiving weekend, but we're ready to get back to it with sports. And we had quite an eventful week. We're going to cover a lot. We're going to cover NFL Week 13. We're also going to cover the Rockets trade with the Wizards. We're going to power rank. We're going to power rank our top 5 cereals of all time. Little non sequitur, non-sports related. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're also, going to have a little... I'm going to have a little editorial speak about Seattle's former defensive coordinators, and we're going to talk a little bit...
He grabs a hammer, he breaks it.
...about what, the West versus the East and what regular season records actually mean. So it's going to be a... It's going to be a good show.
Oh,
Wow,
that
yeah.
guy. That guy is...
Yeah, it will be a good show. Yeah, that guy.
He's a good dude. But
I'll take your word for it.
Good at what?
no, I told him. We had so many laughs at his expense last night when he was leaving. I go, bro, we've all done dumb shit. We just caught you on camera.
Yeah, there's dumb, and then there's that. So
Don't beat yourself up too bad. We just caught you on camera. That's why you're getting clowned on right now.
all right. Let's get back into it.
Yes. Let's let's get into this, huh? We've got a heck of a show to talk about. So first things first, let's get the elephant out of the room. The biggest news around sports outside of the Baltimore Ravens being a bunch of baby back bitches, and that's
He said it.
that's as mean as I'm gonna get. And you could thank your lucky stars on it, Baltimore, but y'all know what you did, and you took that L. You took that L against Pittsburgh in a funny way, and you got what you deserved.
RG3, you almost sold me.
Oh, we
Thought you were back.
Oh, we need another day. And then there's like fucking rumors that they're going to strike. And it didn't even matter, did it? It didn't even matter because Lamar Jackson didn't play. And your 2 quarterbacks completed maybe like less than 50% of their passes for less than 150 yards combined and a pick and a touchdown. A touchdown that Hollywood Brown did all the work for. So
we can
hold the L, dude.
We can all agree that team has 3 guys who really aren't quarterbacks.
Hold that L.
We got two
Hold
running.
that L,
We got 2
Baltimore.
running backs and a third stringer.
Like, we suck, but I've acknowledged it since like week 5 that we need a new coach. Hold that L,
I'd go as
pretenders.
far as to say they just don't have a quarterback.
That's kind
No,
of
I'm talking about my team. We need a coach, but
Baltimore,
Yeah.
I'd go as far as to
That's
say
what I'm
they
saying.
just
I
don't
mean-
have a quarterback.
well, it's amazing what happens when
true
people
quarterback. No.
you have an MVP season, your first full season, and then everybody figures you out. Oh,
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío! It's
Yeah.
like everybody was been watching your fucking tape.
Wait a
It's
minute.
like we
Wait
thought
a
he was
minute. Wait a minute.
dynamic, but really it's
Who else did that
it's
happen
one
to?
dimensional at this
Who
point.
got a rookie of the year and then kind of faded off into the sunset?
Not rookie of the year, but like Jared Goff got paid big and he sucked ass last year.
I'm talking about who's their backup. Who's Baltimore's backup?
Oh, you talking about
Robert
RG3?
Oh wait, RG3.
Yeah, see, and this is what I was saying. I was saying he
okay.
almost sold me this game. He almost sold me this game. He had that 40-yard run. I was like, okay.
I'm not going to shit on the RG3 in the same way. RG3's was mostly injury. He tore his ACL and MCL on one
Yeah.
play in the
And
playoffs.
then he
But
got
he
injured
never
again.
should have been playing in.
No.
He never should have played that game.
No, Shanahan
As
kind
bad
of
as that field was, as
Shanahan kind of ruined that guy's career, which is unfortunate. But I think, I don't know. With Lamar, that's not the case. He doesn't have an injury to lean on. Lamar, he was the hot shit. He was the cut all fucking year.
was the cock of the walk.
He was the first quarterback. Did Cam Newton have 1,000-yard season? He had to have.
I think, yeah, I'm
probably.
sure.
Okay,
was-
but even then, he's the first quarterback since prime Cam Newton, or if he didn't, then prime Vic,
Oh, yeah.
to have 1,000-yard. Even
He's
still,
been compared to Michael Vick with a better arm
matter of fact,
or more accurate, but I'm not seeing that this year.
first quarterback since Vic to share 1,000-yard season with a running back. Him and his running back each had 1,000 yards. Now, obviously, he's the cock of the walk. He's the MVP. He's the cut. Everybody's going. He's the hybrid. He's the new athlete.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
The future of
Everybody's watching his fucking tape. The same, and guess what? when you had a guy like Mahomes coming in who had just an insanely fat or strong arm with insanely fast receivers. Everybody was watching his tape too to try and see how you can shut it down.
But you know what?
As far as we've seen, it happens once in a blue moon that they get shut down, or a team can just edge them out. But Lamar has, for the most part, he's effectively been quashed all season, and part of that can be due to losing Marshall Yanda.
You gotta remember this.
Marshall Yanda retires, then you lose Ronnie Stanley. But come on, the guy hasn't broken 200 passing yards in like the last 5 or 6 games.
Okay, but here you go. Here it is. Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, they athletic, good arms, can run.
Yeah, but
they evolve their game.
that's true. I mean,
Lamar
that's
is
true.
trying to do the same shit.
Look at Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Look at
Kyler
him.
Murray's doing what Lamar did last year, but he's doing it
better.
Statistically better than Lamar
But
did.
can he evolve it once everybody figures it out and
I
starts
don't think
doing
he can
these
figure
little
Kyler
things?
Murray out. I mean,
Like,
he
that's the
can,
problem with
but-
Lamar. He's trying to do the same shit he did last year, and everybody's got tape of it.
And what's the thing is also, Kyler's got way more weapons than Lamar does.
Oh,
As
yeah.
far as downfield,
Yeah.
Lamar's got Hollywood, Mark Andrews, who haven't been productive because Lamar hasn't been productive, and that's it. Who else has he got? Willie Snead.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
So yeah, I get that's a good argument there. But also, yeah, I just think that Lamar needs to work on his arm more.
His speed on the ground. He's not killing people the way Kyler's killing people.
And here's
this
how they
season.
should use it, though. He needs to develop his arm more as far as his passing game. He needs to develop that more. And then you can use... You fake him out, right? You go for the run or, whatever. Like, he needs to be more sneaky about it. Because if you're going to run every time pretty much, like, they're going to play around that. You need to show that you're also a threat in the pass game. Because as of right now, I don't think anybody thinks he's a threat as far as passing goes.
It seems like whenever he tucks the ball to run,
Yeah.
he never comes out of it. He never gets out to the
No.
edge and like a Wilson, a
Well,
Murray,
he's not,
a Mahomes.
He's not even able to
Yeah.
because they're already expecting that. And that's the thing. They're not going to play deep like that or play too heavy as far as the pass goes because they're not worried about that. They're worried about him juking them, running, putting the gas on, running down the field. But if you're prepared for that and nothing else, like you're gonna get stopped every time.
Well, and I'll tell you, they've got the number 1 scoring defense in the league, but there's only so much that can do. I'm sorry, this defense, this ain't the 2000 Ravens defense.
Well, and here's the thing: good defenses, they don't really win championships anymore. It's all about who's got really the better offense anymore. That's really what it is.
I'm telling you right now, unless they fucking pull out some stops, they could miss the playoffs.
And it's coming. I mean, it's starting to look that way.
Like this could be an all-time collapse.
And we can say right now there are injuries and stuff like that have been involved in this season. But even if we look back as early as the first few weeks, they didn't really come out of the gates looking that tough. Like, yeah, they looked decent, but
no, have they like destroyed anybody this year?
no. Like
Let
there
me
might
see.
be one game.
They killed the Browns week 1. They killed the Texans week 2. They lost to the Chiefs. They beat Washington by 2 scores. Okay, they dominated Cincy. So the first 5 weeks they're looking great. Then they barely edge out Philly. Ooh, red flag.
But is that
Bye
when the
week.
injuries started coming in? Probably
I
around
think
that
they
time.
lose Ronnie Stanley, I believe, around week 8. That's when they lose to
But
Pittsburgh.
still, like,
And
but look who they played. Like so they played the Browns. They blew them out. You say they played Cincy. They blew. Okay, like those 2 teams. Is that really that impressive to do against? Not really.
Anybody should blow them out.
I mean, the Browns,
Especially if you're the Ravens, the best.
the Browns this year, but that was week 1. The Browns are
Right.
fucking cooking now,
Right.
And then you keep going down the line. Then you lose to the Pats. The Pats, who 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was fucking convinced they were gonna tank.
Coming into the season, I was convinced they weren't going to do all that well anyway, and I
So-
think most people can agree with that.
They lose to a Pats team without Julian Edelman, who I believe is gone for the season, right?
Yeah, now he
who
is.
else? N'Keal Harry is officially
Yeah.
a fucking bust.
Yep.
Like, wrap it up, done.
I was bought into it at the beginning, but no.
So this team outside of Jacoby Myers is coming on, but they don't hardly have any fucking
Nah.
weapons. But they're fucking winning games because their defense is keeping them in it, and Cam's playing.
Cam's playing hard.
Cam's playing better than Lamar right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Then you go to the Titans. They're cooking. They lose to the Titans. Then of course they lose to the Steelers. And now upcoming, they could still make the playoffs by virtue of strength of schedule. Here's who they've got. They've got Dallas.
Okay.
They've got Cleveland.
But Cleveland's
I
going to be
don't-
a tough.
No.
Don't be surprised.
They're not the easy part here. Cleveland should beat them.
Yeah.
Then they got Jacksonville. The Giants, which at this point
Yep.
could go either way. The
No.
Giants seem to get better despite not having Saquon. Hear me out.
I could see it, but
Hear me out. The Giants are almost like this year's Dolphins.
Yeah.
This year's Dolphins from last year.
okay.
Think about it. Like despite the
No,
circumstances,
I think you're right. You're
on
right.
paper, they're a shit ass team, but they play a little better each time.
Yep.
Remember, week 2 or 3, I was like, Daniel Jones is fucking terrible. But
We all were saying it.
he was finding some ways this last couple weeks. And then they've got Cincy without Joe Burrow. So by virtue of strength of schedule, this team could still go 9-7.
I don't think they go anywhere if they get there.
Well, no. I mean, it'd be a first round exit probably, but depending on who's in there. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
So they're 6-5 right now. Let's say they lose to the Browns, and if we're being funny about it, let's say they lose to the Giants too. Yeah, they could go 9-7.
yeah.
and still make it. But look at the AFC playoff picture here. Steelers are in it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got the Browns at 8-3. They're tied with the Titans, Colts. Those 4 on paper right now. Oh, and then you got the Chiefs, and then you got the
Grand.
Bills. Those are 6. So then you've got
So realistically, you're looking at Steelers, Bills, Kansas City, and Titans as your division winners.
right now, if the playoffs started today, Steelers, Titans, Bills, Chiefs, Browns, Colts, Dolphins, and then you've got Indianapolis and Baltimore knocking on the door a game behind. New England is 2 games behind, and everybody else is 3 games or beyond. That's tight, man.
It is a tight race.
That's tight.
and-
Knowing what Vegas is capable of, if they hadn't gotten in trouble with the COVID stuff,
and what they're not capable of.
right? But the thing is, with Vegas, had their COVID stuff not fucked them as far as quarantine on a couple occasions, this team should probably be 8-3, 7-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, think about the games that they played with no O line or no
Yeah,
defense.
that's true.
I mean,
it's true.
this team could probably be 7-4 right now.
What happened with that?
The Falcons game, I think, was just a
What
collapse.
happened? Like,
I have no idea.
I didn't watch it.
but
It was
Raiders
dreadful.
fans were crying. Now let's look over at the NFC real quick. Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Giants, and then the 5, 6, 7 would be the Rams at 5, the Bucks at 7, and then I don't know what that was.
Fucking
he's
those
been
Nats
pissing me
driving me
off.
nuts.
I know. So it'd be Rams at 5, Bucks at 6, and then Cards, I think. Yeah, Cards at 7. If the playoffs were to end right
and,
now.
And then the Rams and the Cards are playing Sunday, so we'll
Yep.
see what changes there.
But here's the thing: Washington and New York are tied. The only reason why New York's ahead is because they swept Washington this
Yep.
season. But here's the difference, and Rich Eisen was talking about this. The difference between here's how bad the NFC East is. If the playoffs were to start right now,
Yeah.
and or season were to end right now, and you go into the draft, Washington at 4-7 would pick 8. 8. New York would pick like 21 or 22
At 4-7.
at 4-7.
Yeah, it's almost like 20 more picks.
Is winning this division worth it? Now,
It
let me
is
just
to
say,
get that banner.
for the sake of wanting the world to burn, and you'll see it when we talk the matchups this week.
What do you mean the division, the Super Bowl, man?
I'm just saying, like I'm just saying for this division. Here's the thing: if Washington somehow were to limp in, let's say they go 7-9, okay, 2010 Seahawks, right? Let's say Washington goes 7-9 somehow.
I mean,
everybody else,
they're on the come up. They're on
and
the come up.
everybody else goes worse. and they get in, and let's say who would they face that week? They would have to face like seed 2 because only seed 1 would get a bye, so they would face Green Bay. If it were to end right now, they would face Green Bay or Seattle, who historically they don't do good against in the playoffs, at least the last 15 years.
Historically, anybody facing Seattle in the first round don't do good.
Well, I'm just thinking like the last 2 times they've been to the playoffs is in my memory. Oh, not 2017, but sorry, 2013 with the RG3 game.
we always...
And 2005 when my dad went and somebody threw a baseball at the back of his head. They lose. But if they were to get in and even win one game, the way Seattle, like when Seattle knocked off the champs.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. And then imagine if a 7-9, if they just built momentum, right?
Yeah.
And if fucking Washington were to somehow, and I'm so trash for thinking this, if they were somehow to get into the Super Bowl. We've heard about 6 seeds getting into the Super Bowl. The Green Bay Packers of 2010, 2011 getting in there at 10-6 and winning.
I would get a Washington football team
if a team
tramp stamp
with a losing record,
NFC champion on my fucking back.
With a losing record and a quarterback controversy goes in with Alex Smith.
Bro, what are you smoking over here, bro? I want some.
But if they do it, is that not the most fitting conclusion to the most fucking whacked out season in NFL history?
Yeah. God damn it.
I'm rooting for it.
I feel like the
we
world
got
would
Snyder
riot.
upstairs. Sick son of a bitch.
Snyder, he would never go.
He would cement himself there forever, and we would never see him leave.
If they win a Super Bowl, he's never gone.
I mean, I doubt he's going anywhere anyway, but like that would totally cement. Like he would never leave after
dude.
And we would see more stupid shit.
I want this more than most things.
Yeah, well, seeing as your Chargers aren't
my Chargers aren't going.
That.
My Chargers aren't going anywhere. If there's a team that I'm willing to take as a consolation prize to upset the apple cart and win this thing, I'm all in on fucking Washington right now.
Yeah,
all in, big time, all in on Washington. Let's move on to kind of a free-based, sort of an editorial that I kind of came up with, a little bit of an epiphany, because while Brady and I are working, I'll be running sports shit through my head, and then I'll kind of walk over to his area and be like, hey, I just got to thinking, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll go, oh, yeah, that makes fucking sense. Usually. Sometimes I'm way off base. But I don't think this time around I'm telling any tales out of school. Dan Quinn. Okay. Dan Quinn and Gus Bradley. What do these gentlemen have in common?
Yeah, okay, I remember this.
Okay. Former Seattle D coordinators. Former NFL head coaches. Guys who got their jobs off of that Seattle defensive coordinator job.
Not off their skill.
Well, now here's the thing.
Well,
Dan Quinn, he lasted what? 6 years, and then he finally got booted. Dan Quinn's defense magically, since he's left, has gone from 31st to 17th. But this is a defensive guru, right? That Falcons defense, goes from 31st with him under the helm to 17th ranked.
When he's gone.
Gus Bradley, 3 or 4 miserable years in Jacksonville. Upon his departure, Doug Marrone takes the helm. They go to the AFC Championship game. And now they haven't done shit since, and Doug Marrone's probably out the door. But that's no coincidence in my eyes that he leaves and then they get better, right? Now Gus Bradley is coaching the Chargers defense. He's been there for 4 years. We have all these Pro Bowl tools, and outside of 1 year where the stars aligned and people stayed healthy and we went 8-0 on the road, it's been nothing but disappointment and preventing us from winning, which leads me to my point. The Seattle defense, essentially, the Legion of Boom, essentially allowed 2 guys to fucking swindle the NFL in terms of their merit.
It's not the only time we see it. They're riding the Pete Carroll coattail.
Well, hold on now. This is
not even just
this
Pete
is the
Carroll.
most glaring.
It goes deeper than that.
This is the most glaring version of it to me. I mean, here's the thing. Gus Bradley didn't make those. When he left and you threw Quinn in there, and when Quinn's gone, and who's coaching the defense now, Norton. But Gus Bradley didn't make those guys.
Fuck no.
Richard Sherman is still a household name. He's still lighting it up when he's healthy in San Fran.
Whenever he's playing, he's a threat.
Cam Chancellor, he should probably be a Hall of Famer when all's said and done.
He will be.
Who recently retired. He was consistently great no matter who was there.
Killer.
Earl Thomas was a first-round pick, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Need I say more there? So, and then you got Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright,
and they're still
Bruce
there.
Irvin.
So who would have been made there? What?
Maybe Bruce Irvin.
Brandon Browner, who he got one ring with you guys and then got carried on the secondary to another ring the following year thanks to fucking Darrell Revis.
Yeah.
Byron Maxwell, who we saw was an absolute pretender, milks Philadelphia for like $61 million and only lasts one season before he came crawling back to your system.
Yeah.
Walter Thurmond, who goes to New York and is never seen again. No, the talent, the cream always rises to the top. And in that situation, that had zero to do with Gus Bradley. It had zero to do with Dan Quinn. Matter of fact, Dan Quinn would have been out as a head coach sooner, but the tools that he got were that much better than Gus Bradley's. Gus Bradley gets the Jags.
100%.
And Dan Quinn gets the Falcons. The Falcons have a loaded offense. They've got some playmakers on defense.
Who had just come off a playoff season.
But they were always
the spotlight's not on
Falcons.
him.
Falcons were always perennial playoff guy or playoff team by the time he got there. They had guys like Julio. They draft Calvin Ridley while he's there. Matt Ryan is a great QB. They had Devontae Freeman break out under his regime there. And then on the defense, while they were always kind of a more porous defense, you had guys like Adrian Claiborne, the rookie season out of Vic Beasley. What's his name? Desmond Trufant, Keanu Neal, when he was healthy. He just had better tools to get himself there. Gus Bradley didn't, so he couldn't get them anywhere.
Yep.
And he was gone.
It goes down to how you push your players too.
Like how many?
Because look at the Seahawks defense is still. I mean, it's not as good,
What?
but it's
right. Like
it's getting better.
What?
But it has the same way in New England.
Right.
All these secondary coaches get these jobs, and they're terrible.
Oh yeah.
Look at Matt Patricia.
Oh yeah. Bill Belichick's coaching tree is one of the most laughable coaching trees I've ever seen. Matt Patricia's only one example. Romeo Crennel. How many head coaching jobs has he, or interim head coaching jobs has he had and flamed out of? You've had guys under him. Nick Saban, who's a great college coach, flamed out in the NFL after a season and a half in Miami. So his coaching tree. As a matter of fact, I want to pull up the Belichick coaching tree here. But I'm just saying that Seattle defense, it's like the Ravens defense. Like we talked about Mike Nolan, right? Mike Nolan is coaching a god-awful squad for the Cowboys right now. How he has a coordinator job in 2020 is beyond me. Remember, he coached a bad Falcons defense in 2013 or 2014, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it was around that time period.
It's just, it's not good. But I feel like you give Dan Quinn the Jaguars, he's out in 4 years too. You give Gus Bradley the Falcons, he probably lasts the same amount of time.
Yeah.
It
just goes to show, man. It's just they had nothing really to do with the program there.
The program, the system, what Pete Carroll has put into place, and it's what they expect out of their players. What Belichick and Carroll expect out of their players
is what they're gonna get. But
these guys need to take that.
Yeah.
If they leave, they need to take that and expect the same, or they're not going to have the same results.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the coaching tree, right? 10 of Belichick's assistant coaches have gone on to become NFL head coaches, not including interim tenures. Al Groh, last 1 year with the Jets. Romeo Crennel, he had 4 seasons in Cleveland. Funny enough, when he got fired from Cleveland, Joe Thomas said that he goes, "Hey, don't feel bad for me. I get to sit at home and collect that mailbox money now."
That mailbox money. Huh?
And then he had 2 of the Chiefs' absolute worst seasons before Andy Reid took over. Nick Saban, I already said.
Yeah.
Eric Mangini seemed like he was going to get things going with the Jets. Didn't happen. Got a second chance with the Browns. We all know that wasn't going to happen. Josh McDaniels decided to spy on another team's plays and got himself
there's
ousted.
Been a couple cases of that with New England.
Jim Schwartz took the Lions to the playoffs for the first time since the fucking curse of Bobby Lane, I think. Or not, no, I'm sorry. First time since the 90s. I don't know if they won a playoff game, but they went from 0-16. He comes in, they go 2-14, then 10-6 or 11-5. So he did good until he got canned. Now he coaches Phillies defense. Bill O'Brien, we know the deal there now. 6 years in Houston, couple playoff seasons, not much else. Matt Patricia, laughable as the Lions coach. Brian Flores seems to have shit going good in Miami, and Joe Judge.
Yeah, I think they got a good thing going on.
Joe Judge, the Giants aren't, despite their circumstances, I think they could be a better team. But this guy,
tell you what, Saquon doesn't get hurt, they'd be a real threat in the East right
I think
now.
so.
This guy allegedly got into a knockdown drag-out fight with his O-line coach recently, so I don't know.
Might be a screw loose there.
And then two of his former players, Mike Vrabel and Cliff Kingsbury, are coaches as well, and they seem to be doing pretty well as well.
Just fine.
So, yeah, his coaching tree is one of the most. It's hilarious.
It is pretty funny
because you see right there, that's all Belichick.
Maybe that was all part of the plan. He knew these guys were bums.
I want to see because I know Pete Carroll's is not like as extensive, but
Pete Carroll, the man out of the USC.
Yeah,
Gotta love him.
I hated when we got him. I hated it.
You didn't like
dude,
USC?
Because I hate USC.
Really?
Honestly,
I hate everything about it. And then,
Dude, I like
bro.
USC,
Then we
man.
picked up
Trojans.
Matt,
Come on, dude.
Then we got Matt Flynn.
yeah.
Well,
We were all like, yeah. And then he starts some rookie quarterback,
I don't-
and we're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
taking a
Well,
risk.
I asked my dad. I said, "What do you think of the whole? What do you think of the Pete Carroll when he signed it?" And he goes, "I don't think it's gonna work."
I loved him, dude. I loved the whole
Well,
thing.
my dad's not a Seattle fan for one, but he goes, that won't work. He's too rah. And I'm just like, oh, I guess so. But then
That's
I
pretty
mean,
funny because
but this
what
is
Seattle
one,
is now.
But
right?
this is one of the cases where I mean, he
it
wound up
works
being,
there, and that's what we are. Rah
But
rah.
But I'll tell you what, my dad he does have a knack for most of the time predicting some of this stuff. I got really excited when we got Mike McCoy for our coach after being the O coordinator of the Broncos. I said, dude, we got the Broncos O coordinator. Holy shit. And then my dad's like, yeah, you know that like Peyton Manning's their fucking quarterback, right? Like how much he goes, how much do you think Mike McCoy actually did? He goes, you should, but then here, so he's right there because Mike McCoy sucked. But then he goes, I would have rather gone for the Bears coach Trestman, and then he was terrible too. But it was like he was right on the one hand.
Yeah.
No, his college record's fucking great. So his coaching tree, what the fuck? Assistant coaches under Carroll who have become NFL or NCAA. I'm not going to count NCAA, but
That's kind of a cool stat, but
Ed Orgeron. Wow, I didn't know he was a coach under him. Lane Kiffin. Yeah, we know how that worked out.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tosh.0, Kiffin's Crimson Corner? KKK.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
people said he looked like Lane Kiffin, so he like hosted like a Lane Kiffin talk show. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Gus Bradley. Ha ha ha. So as far
Just
as
talk
like
about that.
as far as like pro ball, like his college tree is actually
Matt
pretty.
LaFleur?
That's why I was excited for him when he
His-
came into the league because I knew his
Well,
college
that's-
tenure was pretty fantastic.
Matt LaFleur, that's off of Dan Quinn though.
Oh, okay. That's what that.
So his tree is huge, but here's the thing: is like college, it's impressive, but then it's like Gus Bradley, haha, who gets succeeded by Doug Marrone, and then Dan Quinn, ha 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 ha.
Which I mean, it looks
but-
even better on
but-
him though because how successful has the Seahawks been since Pete Carroll came in?
Off
right?
of Dan Quinn, you get Kyle Shanahan.
I think there's something
who's
to be said about him. He learned at I mean, he was with the Jets and the.
Dude, Daryl Bevel is the Lions' interim head coach right now.
I know.
But what Pete
Okay.
Carroll's with New England and the Jets, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Whoa, I got to step back. I got to go to college."
Pete Carroll coached the Browns too, I thought.
You might be right about that.
Let me make sure.
And then came back with a new attitude towards the NFL.
Pete actually had a couple stints.
That's where all this talk about Nick Saban coming back. I think he's really.
I think he's
really.
Everybody deserves another chance.
Because like Pete Carroll, he
I was
created a pro atmosphere at USC.
Mm-hmm.
He had one season with the Jets. Then he went and coordinated defense for the 49ers. Now, what's funny is... Okay.
Jesus Christ.
What's funny is post-Carroll comes the worst Jets head coaching tenure of all time. No, seriously.
I bet.
No, really. Oops. Are you sure you know? No. Rich Kotite.
Well, until this year, right?
Till this year, yes. But dude, Rich Kotite comes in, and I believe in 2 years he won like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does the Niners D for 2 years. Patriots, he was the coach of the Patriots for 3 seasons. They go to a Super Bowl and lose to the Packers, and then, or was that the year after? Either way,
That was probably the year after. But,
it was something there. And then USC, where he's the
phenomenal.
probably the college coach of the decade.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then Seattle now, where he's flourished and effectively become
Well, sometimes you
the
have to
greatest
go-
coach in Seattle history.
Yeah, Sometimes you have to go back to your roots, and you gotta see where you started from, and,
Although
and you gotta tweak it a little bit and make it your own thing. And he's done a great job
Only thing I
with
can say
the
about-
Hawks in the last few years, man.
Only thing I can say about Saban coming to the NFL is I don't think it happens. I think he's got a cush ass job sitting at Alabama right now.
he
could
won't
say
do
that
it
about
again.
you could say that about Harbaugh. Remember when he got,
I think he'll come back,
but you
I
could,
I
don't-
think he will. He got a shit deal in San Francisco.
and I don't think Saban ever will.
yeah. But what I was saying is like you could say that about him, and then
Oh God, you know
now he goes back to college. You got a cush job there in Michigan.
Yeah.
he doesn't look like he's going to be at Michigan very much
they're gonna
longer.
Fire his
I know
ass.
they've done some fuck shit. Like,
Honestly, hey Chargers, if Bill Belichick doesn't want to come jump ship, I would be more than happy with Jim Harbaugh.
yeah.
He's got that mobile quarterback, the Kaepernick
I
style
liked him as a
quarterback.
coach, man.
He's
I don't care what anybody
former.
says.
He's a former quarterback too. He played for the Chargers for a
know.
season. I would love it. Here's the thing. Another cool stat here. Only 4 players haven't missed a start since 2012. Phillip Rivers, Ndamukong Suh, Cam Jordan, Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Amazing. Let's give a big shout out to one of the few reasons I haven't offed myself this football season. Justin Herbert takes his 2nd straight offensive rookie of the month. All right, yeah, gotta give it
Golf
up to the
clap.
man.
Yeah, no, congrats on that, Herbert. He deserves it. This dude is tearing it up. Number 10 for the blue and gold. I'm liking this kid a lot. You guys have
The Oregon kid, man. I
you
love
have
it.
a lot to look forward to with this guy.
He makes me so damn happy. He's almost got the NFL rookie record for touchdown. He's on pace to throw for like 4,400 yards.
Yeah, dude's
a rookie, which is insane.
He's the new thing.
Did you see Tyrod Taylor will not file?
He's not going to file a grievance. Yeah.
Why?
well because he's
Fuck
probably
that.
a good guy. What do you mean? Fuck that.
Probably a good
I don't
guy.
care how good a guy you are. You puncture my lung because you're a fucking idiot.
Well, see, there's guys like you and there's guys like Tyrod Taylor, man. Like
Yeah, this guy's like you and this guy's like Tyrod Taylor.
I lost my
Like-
starting job because you don't know how to administer pain medication.
But you don't think Tyrod Taylor-
I am filing a grievance against the goddamn Chargers for hiring this schmuck.
this dude files L&I at work when he slips on his own piss in the bathroom.
My name's not Sami.
Yeah, I was going to say Sami.
No, just all jokes aside, I think Tyrod Taylor knew, obviously, after that happened and what happened with Herbert, like, he knew Herbert would probably be the best thing for the team, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, tell me Tyrod was going to have this kind of a season this year. Yeah, right? Like, I think he realized, like, yes, this is good. Why take it out on the physician who... Come on, dude. Like, you think it was malice
Have you seen
intent?
this guy's fucking track record? This guy's a fucking moron.
See, and this is the things that people bring up. Well, okay, then why did they hire him? I mean,
Exactly. I'm filing a grievance against him and the Chargers.
nah.
Why are you hiring this guy?
Because you're only gonna look like a villain. I mean, I'm not saying like it was obviously wrong, and I'm sure he's talked to the physician, and the physician is probably like, hey man, like this is a freak accident. This doesn't happen all
How
the time.
much did he pay Tyrod to just not file a grievance?
I don't think it's
That's
anything
what I
like
wanna
that.
know.
I think it's
one
more of a
grievance-
moral.
One more grievance, and this doctor's career is
I think it's
over.
more of people
No.
have a different moral compass than
I don't
maybe
know,
you.
I don't know how his
I'm not
career's
saying what
not
you're.
over already.
I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, because like he could very well do that, but I don't know, man. I just think that obviously Tyrod, he's thinking more about the team than he is
He's
himself.
a solid gold
The
mate.
Chargers.
Okay?
The Chargers. Let's just hire this guy who writes himself pain med prescriptions and.
All right, haha, moving on.
I mean, it's L.A.
Sounds like a quality guy.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about basketball. Basketball. I got my second editorial kind of discussion that I want to bring up here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time
Ladies and gentlemen.
to stop putting too much weight and emphasis on regular season stats and records.
What could you possibly mean?
It's time to stop putting so much. It's time to stop putting all your eggs in that basket. 2 years in a row now, Milwaukee has led the league in wins and losses, but the winner has not. It's been either the dark horse or the second seed. What was it? Second seed in the East with Toronto. Mm-hmm. Or the first in the West now with LA. And even then, nobody was talking about Milwaukee. People were talking about the Clippers. People were talking about the Lakers before they were talking about Milwaukee, or Toronto repeating. Nobody's talking about Milwaukee. Or once we get to playoffs, because we know what they are in the playoffs. But beforehand, everybody starts to get fooled. Oh, Milwaukee's going to the finals. Milwaukee could win it all. Look at Giannis. Oh my God, they're winning 50-something games, 60-something games.
Against who?
Against who? You guys play in the East, which means you play the West less, you play the East more, and especially in your conference in that division, you get extra games against fucking Detroit. You get extra games against who else do they fucking play? Let me think about that. Yeah,
Charlotte?
so you get extra games against who? Detroit, New York, the Knicks, Cleveland, Chicago. What does that mean? These are teams. Here's the thing: we've talked on and off about the discrepancy between the East and the West in terms of playoff seeding, where the West, had the bubble not happened and we just played a full season, I guarantee you, all 8 teams are over 500, and that 8th seed is a tight fucking squeeze. It's a arms race to see who gets in there, which is why fucking 13 teams from the West got invited.
Yeah.
On the East, you had 9 teams invited, and the one extra team that got invited was a 6-game dog.
Which actually ended up, at the end of the season, there was a team in there who actually had more wins.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah,
what?
because Washington, didn't... I don't think they won a game in the bubble. Or maybe they won one.
I know it
Regardless,
was less than 3.
Washington was 6-game dogs to 2 teams, 7 and 8, that were 8 games below 500.
Uh-huh.
The East is just bad. And yeah, there's moves made right now
Well,
that
that's what I
could
was
make
gonna
the
say,
East
as of
better.
last year. Now looking towards this next season, we got a lot to talk about there.
Well, there's moves made that could make the East
What?
better.
Westbrook makes you instantly a fucking playoff
I'm not talking
team?
about
in
that.
the East, yeah.
But yeah, he would make a move.
Washington should be an 8th seed right now. Yeah, 8th or 7th. I think the 7th could go to.
But that's not
could
even
go
what I
to
was
Atlanta. I think
gonna get
Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis will fall out of the playoffs here.
I was going to start talking about Brooklyn for one. Watch
yeah.
the fuck out.
Well, yeah. We know Brooklyn's going to be hot, but what I'm saying is, the East is so weak that if you're
Miami.
in general, I'm talking all together, your top 4, top 5 seeds are
No,
going to
no,
be
no.
are in and legit as ever. But that's at least
I know. Well,
Th-
then we're pretty much talking about Milwaukee. Yeah, they're in it.
But this is at least 7 or 8 teams that it's
I
like
get ya.
whatever. Even your bottom 2 seeds, it's kind of like they're on sometimes and they're not on all the time. So what's it matter if you run up 60 some odd games in the East? That's not impressive.
Yeah,
to me.
no, we're definitely talking about two totally different conferences and totally different competitive play
Well, yeah.
style here, because
The
like,
West is going to have almost everybody competing
it's a
to the end.
it's duking it
Yeah.
out. Besides maybe like 2 or 3 teams, right? Like,
How many times have we brought up the West on this show? This
West
season,
Coast, Best Coast.
this season, everybody's got a fighting shot except for
There's like 1 or 2 teams, right? Like
what?
honestly, you could.
Minnesota maybe, but we don't even know what they got in Anthony Edwards.
And then we could also say the Spurs, but like you got Pop there, like you're probably gonna be all right.
Yeah, Pop can develop his
Yep.
guys. Sacramento, they didn't do much in free agency, but they drafted pretty well. So we'll have to give. I mean, not this year, but you'll have to give it some time.
Like this, like they're not gonna really make a push this year. Obviously,
And then we don't know because the Thunder got rid of Chris Paul, and they're seeming to trade some of their stars for picks.
Schroeder's gone.
Schroeder and Adams is gone too.
Yeah, like they're rebuild mode.
They
but
could
they
fall
got so
out.
many draft picks. They got so much.
And in a couple years, they'll be right the fuck back.
Oh yeah.
So immediately, though, in terms of the 8 seeds competing, Dallas, Denver, Golden State, Houston, even with the John Wall thing, they may slip a little bit. But if John Wall if John Wall's back, then they could be right up
I
there.
hear him and Harden. They got some sort of chemistry they like about each other.
Clippers, Lakers, Grizzlies. John Morant is awesome. T-Wolves, Pelicans, maybe Zion. If Zion
Pelicans,
is the guy,
man,
if Zion's the guy, then the Pelicans. But they did lose Drew Holiday in that trade. But the future, they could be building.
They
with
got
the future.
Ingram. They got some weapons over there.
Thunder. We talked about Phoenix, Portland, and then of course we talked about.
Yeah, think about Phoenix last year, and then think about them now with Chris Paul and Ibaka.
Yeah,
Or not
not Ibaka.
Sorry, not Ibaka. That's Clippers. But with Chris Paul there now,
Yeah.
and then you got Chris Paul, you got Booker.
You got Chris Paul, and you got Chris Paul.
And Chris Paul.
I just fucking
And you
with you.
got Chris Paul.
But no, Sacramento, San Antonio, who we can't count out, and then Utah. Utah's fucking great. They got Donovan Mitchell. They're young too. They'll only get better.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go a little further last year. Honestly,
Jamal Murray emerged at the same fucking time, and we saw what happened there. That's why Denver's going to be even more
we
dangerous
saw the
this
Clippers
year.
blow a 3-1 lead, feeling comfortable with their family dancing on the sidelines.
Yeah, the Clippers really
83 to like 60 or something at halftime.
Yeah, the Clippers really warriors that series.
Nothing will ever top that. Sorry, but
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'll take three out of 5 ain't bad.
no, you're right. You're right.
But no, it's totally different. Now here in the East, it could be a little different. Atlanta's trying to make a push. They look like they're building a squad now, and you got to admit,
it's good to see them getting some help.
Trey
Young's one of my favorite.
he's
up-and-comers.
damn good.
He just needs some support.
Boston is solid as hell. They're going to be there still.
Yeah, and then like
Brooklyn's going to be there. They'll be higher than they were this year. Charlotte has a little bit to go. But
I mean, they got Melo now,
but LaMelo
but
could be
we'll
the
see
guy.
what that's all about.
Chicago, we don't know yet, but I like Billy Donovan as a coach.
Did I hear the other ball kid signed?
Yeah, all 3 balls are in the
He's
NBA
in Detroit now, yeah.
Detroit on a 1-year contract, but it's not guaranteed.
Cleveland, I don't think they're going anywhere. Detroit, they're young. They're not going anywhere this year. I think the Pacers fall out of the playoffs, personally. Nothing really popped out about them to me last year. I was surprised.
No, but they were.
I was surprised they were a 5
They
seed.
move in silence, and I think they'll do it again this year.
Yeah, I don't think they make it this year. I think Atlanta pushes in, and I think Washington pushes in this year. Miami, they're going to be tough as ever. That was the other guy that Phoenix got, Jay Crowder.
Crowder, yep, that was the other signing, yeah.
Milwaukee, they're going to be tough still. The Knicks, not yet, but they're young. The Magic, I think they'll fall out too.
Yeah, I'm surprised how
the Sixers, the Doc Rivers, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid experiment. The Raptors lost some pieces, but they're still going to be great defensively.
I mean, yeah, that's where Ibaka
And
went
then,
to the Clippers to follow Kawhi
Who
there.
did somebody compare Ben Simmons to last week?
On the show?
No. It was in the news.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, man. But and then you got Washington, who I think with the addition of Westbrook and Beal should have some chemistry
I think Washington
there.
won that trade by far.
By far, well, yeah, because they got bailed out of John Wall's hilarious contract. And then you've got a couple up and comers. We need to see another good leap out of Hachimura. Denny Avdia is one of those guys that can technically play any position on the court. Kind of a jack of all trades, master of none yet.
Yeah.
We got to see where they slot him, and if he could improve on his defense, he could be something. But we got to see him play some games. But no, it just don't come to me hyping up a 60-win team if they're in the East. Stop fucking doing that, because it does. They play a bunch of trash teams twice as much as anybody in the West. Period. We'll be right back.
Oh, you guys let me pause it for me.
We'll be right back. Well, after these messages. Hey, this is Sal's Mortuary. With Sal's Mortuary, you stab him, we slab him. Do you ever have a dead body just laying around after you stabbed it and you don't know where to put it? Well, here's Sal's Mortuary. We know what to do with it. All you got to do is bring him to us, and then we put him in the ground, and then we put a slab on him, and then you can customize the slab, but that's going to cost you extra. Here's Sal's Mortuary. You stab him, we slab him 100% of the time. We've been around since 1957 probably, so that's all you gotta do. First you take your knife, and then you stab your person, and then you call us, and we'll come to you, even though we don't like coming to you as much as we would like you to come to us and make and put the body in a bag, and not in a bag, not a hefty bag, but if that's your only option, I guess. We can't judge you. We don't do chopped up bodies. Not as much as, I mean, I guess we did it before, but we don't do it anymore. But if you want to put them in one of the kinds with the zippers on it, that'd be cool. I don't know where you get those outside of if you work at a morgue, which is kind of what we are, but we're in fact a mortuary. But you bring them to us, and we take care of it. Sal's Mortuary since 1957, allegedly.
I found it. We're gonna wait for Brady for this one though.
Okay. Which means it's time for another commercial. Nope,
here it
it's
comes.
not. There he is. This episode's brought to you by Alpenrose chocolate milk. Brady says I gots to have my Alpenrose.
So here we go. I found the Ben Simmons comment that I seen earlier in the week.
All right.
This is from Dwight Howard. Ben Simmons is a young LeBron James.
Yeah, I do remember. Actually, now that you say that, I do remember seeing that.
Oh, Dwight. Yeah, that was funny.
After he thought he was...
Didn't Dwight sign with the 76ers?
Yeah, he thought he was signing with the Lakers.
You better watch that.
Oh, yeah.
My other mic sounds like the ocean, and I have no doubt it's from the number of times it's hit the ground. Okay. What was the other thing I was going to say before we get into our matchups? It was here. It was right here, and I was NBA has officially suspended random marijuana testing for the 2021 season.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The NFL already did that, so it's good for them to follow suit.
Have you guys seen this video real quick? I'm sorry. The people watching can't see this, but just look up just smoking a burger full video. This video makes me laugh every fucking time. Brady. That's gonna get me copyright strike.
So Jaggalo.
No, he's painted up like Ronald McDonald, and then he's smoking weed out of a hamburger, and then he takes a bite out of it. But the look of accomplishment on his face is just heartwarming.
Coolest thing he's ever done.
And then he's got fucking
He's got his cronies.
the Colonel and the Burger King with him. That video fucking kills me every time, dude.
Oh, Lord.
Anyhow, let's move on to matchups. Here. Since that might get me copyright striked, I might have to blur that sound. Not that it matters. I have like 18 subscribers. We have 18 subscribers here, because this is a team effort. Okay, let's move on to breakers and bus. Since I forgot about our whole segment here, breakers. That's right, and bus. Yeah, thank you. Okay, that's enough. All right, thank you. That last one was on purpose. I'll start us off this week. My breaker this week is Mr. Even I mean I feel weird calling him a breaker, but he hasn't had like a game-breaking game. He's just had stat-wise, he's just had games where he is quietly the best player on the fucking team. My breaker this week is scary Terry McLaurin.
There you go.
And I'll tell you
I
why.
don't see how this week, but
I'll tell you why later. Frankly speaking, this game against Pittsburgh is going to be interesting. We've talked about Pittsburgh playing down to the competition, just like they did they almost did to the Baltimore here. Baltimore just couldn't catch up in time, and they weren't playing very good anyway. You got the number one pass defense in Washington taking on the number one run defense in Pittsburgh. Frankly speaking, I feel like Washington passes better than Pittsburgh runs.
okay.
I think here's the thing. Alex Smith, he's finding his groove. He's gonna throw a pick in this game probably, but Terry McLaurin is a guy that even when an error is made, he had that tackle that stopped pick six in the Thanksgiving game. He's a guy that puts the team on his back, and I expect him to do everything he can out there. Even if it maybe not stat wise, maybe it's just a case where he attracts enough attention that a guy like Logan Thomas can help make a difference in this game. Or J.D. McKissick can make a difference in this game. I like Terry McLaurin against the Steelers. I feel like they are ripe. They are ripe to get beat finally, and I'm on that Washington train, and I would love to see them do it.
I like it. For my breaker this week, I'm going with Nyheim Hines.
Nice.
I think he's going to have a explosive day against a not so good Houston run defense.
Explosive diarrhea.
Yeah,
Houston run defense.
hopefully not. But I think he'll have a heyday. Close, I'd say around the ballpark, 70, 80 yards on the ground.
Okay.
Rushing TD, and I think he'll have a good time against that Houston. Just that whole team, man. It's not looking good right now, but
yeah,
I think he's got a good chance to be the hot hand this week in Indianapolis.
So my breaker of the week is going to be Sammy Watkins.
Okay,
maybe say that on the microphone.
My breaker of the week is Sammy Watkins.
All right.
I think Tyreek's going to get a lot of attention. Sammy Watkins hadn't had a good game this year.
Yeah.
He has been injured a lot.
He definitely hasn't been like a significant role player.
How many more years does he have there? Like, I can't imagine he's there for very much longer.
Probably a year or two.
Like, Mecole Hardman is ready to step into that number 2 spot any day now.
He's back. He's healthy. Tyreek's going to get a lot of attention this week because of what he did last week.
I'd say he's probably released by next season, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't see a whole lot more productivity coming from the guy. He hasn't really been a big factor there, and I think, I don't know how much they're paying him, but...
Okay. My bust this week is Monsieur Devin Singletary.
Okay, yeah.
I have zero faith. They are a bottom 3 running team, Buffalo. I don't have very much faith in that guy. I'm not a big Zach Moss fan either. He hasn't really shown up except for like one game. And San Fran, despite some of the pieces that they've lost, they guard against the run ridiculously well because their defensive coordinator is legitness. Mm-hmm. And George Saleh, he's gonna get some job offers here in the offseason. But I mean, if I had to think about bottom 3 rushing attacks, it would be Chicago, Miami, and Buffalo in no particular order because they're all bad. But no, it's gonna be a Josh Allen passing attack all fucking day.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an air raid. Okay, I like it. So my bust of the week is going to be Andy Dalton. I don't think he's going to do a whole lot against that. As bad as Baltimore is right now as a team, kind of tanking a little bit, but maybe make a playoffs, maybe not. I don't think they're going to do. Andy Dalton's going to do really anything against that defense because that's like the one thing they do got going for them, and that's going to keep them in games. I don't like that Dallas offense at all right now. I definitely don't like their defense, but their offense.
If you want a hint of what's going to happen to Andy Dalton, just look at the very end of that Washington-Dallas Thanksgiving game where Antonio Gibson trudges in for a touchdown. Andy Dalton gets on the field and immediately throws a pick six to Montez Sweat.
And it's not even a jab at Dalton. It's just
but
just whatever they got going on over there with that offense.
Man.
Even when Dak was in there, like
I'm sorry. The defense is what's wrong with that team. But here's the thing: if Dalton can't put something together with that offense, with Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and even Dalton Schultz, and then Zeke Elliott.
And I know it's been like a lot of like, so like Andy Dalton, he's missed some games, right? Like there was like he got that little what was it, concussion? Is that what it was first?
Yeah,
and then
it fucking lit.
Yeah, and
he got folded in half.
And even before that, like he's got to get used to playing for that team, with the offense, but. I don't know, man. Like Dak, he was doing his thing when he was in there and all that, but like
he was gonna throw for 6,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It was gonna be amazing,
right? And it was like, but still, that like they still weren't. I mean, it might be that defense that wasn't keeping them in it, but
Dak's like, everybody's gonna think that Brady kid's right because he called me a piece of shit.
hey, I've totally turned the table on what I thought about in the beginning of the season, but no, Andy Dalton, he's not a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's got that chemistry with his players on his team.
But he's all that. But I will tell you, I think he's showing you that since he was right to move off him.
Sure, yeah. No, definitely. I don't think he's there. So, I don't think he's going to be that productive come Sunday.
And your bus.
I got Deshaun Watson. I think the Indianapolis Colts defense.
That's actually a good take because that if they have everybody there on that Colts defense.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Every team has struggled against them. What you got there? Your ball came off?
My ball came off.
Well, I guess you're going to have to write a letter to SA, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you were wearing a New England cap for a second.
Dude, I know. It looked like Jake Bear's Patriots beanie.
His Trump Patriots beanie.
Trump
Is it Trump and Patriots, or does he have separate beanies?
He has separate beanies.
Oh, maybe it's, I don't know.
But they're both red, white, and blue.
It might as well be one. No. But,
so let's do the matchups now. I do.
Let's pull up the pick'ems, boy.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull up our own because Mike can't.
I mean, I already know mine by heart, but I'll do it just to make sure.
Can you, not be a fucking poop scotch 9000 for 2 seconds? Okay, hang on.
You talking to me?
Hey, you fucking talking to me? What are you gonna do? Wax the fucking floors again? That's a Winco Foods joke.
It's a Winco inside.
You finished? Because that sugarless motherfucker's the last fucking thing you're ever gonna drink. There's a Sopranos reference. The fucking what was the guy's name that got killed on that? It was like. I forget I forget his name because it's like long ass name, but I just love that he hands him a soda. He's like, "I'm thirsty, Tom. I'm thirsty." He goes, and Big Pussy's like, "Don't know, we got his diet." He's like, it's fine. He's like, it's fine. And he drinks it. And he's just, he hasn't had anything to drink. He goes, "You sure you want a diet drink?" And he's like, "It's fine. It's fine." He drinks it again. And he's just like, you finished? Because that sugarless motherfucker.
You done?
Just the way he talks. The thing about Tony Soprano, he's got he sounds like a Jersey guy with a deviated septum.
Yeah.
And he's just like, because that sugarless motherfucker, it's the last fucking thing you're ever going to drink.
Dude's got sleep apnea. Fucking wears one of them respirators at night.
Fucking love The Sopranos. If you're our age and you haven't watched The Sopranos yet, just fucking do it. Anyway. All right, boys and girls, we got the fucking the games. Remembers? Okay, we got New Orleans. New Orleans is a 3-point favorite over Atlanta. And I think I bit on the Brady.
Ooh, yeah, I bet you did because I'd be winning, bud.
Yeah, you be winning. I bit on the Brady. The Brady Kool-Aid. I drank the Brady Kool-Aid on this.
So this is an upset of the week
for you. I mean, your upset of the week. I have a bigger upset later, but
yeah, I do too.
Oh, I've got a couple more upsets.
I've got Saints.
I've got a few more upsets.
Is this your biggest upset you're
Yes.
predicting? Okay, let me hit the jingle then. Why didn't you just say so?
Okay, John Travolta.
No, that was more like Sandy on that episode of SpongeBob where she acts stupid because SpongeBob's telling the jokes.
Yeah.
And he's like, Sandy.
Yeah, but you definitely sound like John Travolta right there.
No, John Travolta's more like, all right, so why didn't you just say so?
I mean that was pretty close.
I have a video somewhere where it's just called I'm John Travolta, ha, like all caps, and it's just me standing in front of my mirror with my phone. I'm just like,
You Jim Carrey.
I'm literally just like, yo, what's up? I'm John Travolta. So stupid. So we got the Falcons. You got the Saints, Skylar?
Yeah.
Oh, you silly walnut head.
Because he got Taysom Hill and Kamara on his fucking fantasy team.
Yeah, Taysom Hill is a guy. Is Breeze gonna be back for playoffs or probably not?
No.
Oh, it's gonna be Taysom Hill's squad.
He's done for the year.
Does this mean Breeze comes back next year? You think? Because he's like, I got unfinished business.
Well, if he's not back for the playoffs, what are you talking about?
No, he'll be back for these playoffs.
We're talking about football playoffs,
No.
not fantasy playoffs.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, he won't. He'll be back for football playoffs.
Okay. So yeah, no, Atlanta, dude, they eviscerated Vegas in a big bad dick swinging way.
Yeah, that's
And I don't
surprising.
I don't see.
Blind squirrel gets a nut every now and again.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
I
bro,
mean,
they're not going to let what happened 2 games ago happen again.
Yeah, a broken clock is right twice a
You know
day
what I mean?
here. I think that they can catch Taysom Hill. The defense has gotten
They
better.
figured him out. They saw what happened that game. That was the first game, by the way, that Taysom Hill started as a QB there. Now they've watched him film. They're going to correct their mistakes, and also their offense is going to start firing.
Yeah.
Because that's not what happened against that defense last time they played.
If Breeze was in, I would be Saints all day.
No.
I like Taysom Hill. He will put up points if you're a fantasy player like he is. You'll love it. But
Hey, have the Saints lost since Taysom Hill started?
No.
no, but they've been close games.
What game
No,
has
I'm sorry, it hasn't been. It
I was
wasn't
gonna say,
okay.
what fucking game was
It
close?
wasn't against Denver, but Denver had no quarterback.
And let me ask you this: what game hasn't been close besides that Tampa Bay blowout that New Orleans has played?
Why don't we look? That's I guess they blew out Atlanta too. I don't think the same thing happens twice here. I think Atlanta can beat them.
They blew out San Francisco.
That wasn't with Taysom though.
No.
No, what I was
He was asking
saying,
how many haven't been a blowout.
but with Breeze in there, I don't think
Wow.
they blowed anybody out.
They've won 4-8 in a row. I just feel like
I feel like no, I'm with you. I mean, obviously,
they're gonna get caught.
I
on-
think the Falcons are going to come out hot. They have nothing
I
to
think they
lose.
get caught against KC for sure.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't think the Saints are
Don't be
that great.
surprised. I honestly would not be surprised if the Panthers get a revenge game, a trap game win in Week 17.
Yeah.
Against
Maybe the Saints sit some starters,
Yeah.
but Teddy Bridgewater beats his old team in Week 17.
Bro, I don't know if anybody. I know myself isn't, but like I don't know if anybody is really that high on the Saints right now.
They're a quiet 9-2, but
Yeah.
They are very quiet 9-2.
I don't know. I just my gut
'Cause like I said,
I'm sorry, your gut says
Yeah, follow my
Atlanta,
gut.
so I'm following your gut.
Yeah.
Over under for this boy.
Looking at my gut for. Let's Trailer Park Boys.
46, and I think I'll take the over.
No, I'm gonna take the over all day.
Over.
Okay, Chicago 3-point favorites over Detroit, and I'm actually taking the Lions in this game.
What?
So this could definitely be an upset of the week for you if you wanted.
No, this isn't my upset of the week. This is
You can have a couple.
No. I have like my king upset, and I don't like to let the others overshadow. I'm picking some. I'm doing like a Terry. I'm picking some Terry games here,
I
but
did
that's
too.
not it.
I think your big upset's the same as my big upset.
You guys are thinking too much.
No, man. I'm thinking like a crazy man. I'm thinking like a guy who wants fun shit to happen. So you guys,
Well,
are,
if you
guys
think
are
the
going
Lions
Bears?
are gonna win, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Are you guys going Bears?
Yeah, I'm going Bears.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The Bears' defense is great, but I'll tell you what, Mitch Trubisky,
I know that not
he looks like a heavy wet sponge out there, dude.
they got Montgomery back.
He sucks. David
He did pretty good last week.
Chicago,
he did
yeah,
pretty good
he
last
breaks
week.
off one good run every like 6 weeks.
But now
and,
he's playing another
and
shitty defense. Though.
Chicago
He's playing
fans-
another shitty defense.
and
what
then
are you gonna say
Chicago
about it?
fans think they have a running back. They don't. They have a bottom 3 rushing
They're gonna think
attack.
that again this week because they're gonna go off against a shitty defense. Dude.
No.
Do not put a mediocre offense against a good defense and another mediocre
The Lions,
offense.
listen, the Lions, fresh out from under Matt Patricia, they're going to feel so refreshed and so happy.
Or they're gonna be confused and not know what the fuck they're supposed to do.
They're gonna run the score up on Chicago. DeAndre Swift
Whoa,
is gonna.
I wouldn't go that far. DeAndre Swift may or may not play. And
well, if he plays, he's scoring.
you know what
points.
Adrian Peterson's saying about him, and also another coach is saying he hasn't been the same since he got that concussion. They're worried about the boy.
Maybe he forgot how to play football badly.
No, they're worried about it, man. They're worried about it.
Listen, it's a gut thing. Okay.
Well,
It's a gut thing, and if Galladay plays, and even if he doesn't play, Matt Stafford's gonna toast some Bears to.
I love me some Matt Stafford. Don't get me
He's gonna
wrong.
make
I think
some
he's a
Bear
beast.
s'mores, dude.
I think he's a beast, but no, I don't like Trubisky. I think he's a bum, but
He's a bum as hell.
I just think that defense is gonna win with their mediocre offense.
You guys can think what you want. Over under 44.5. I take the under.
Under for sure.
Let's see here. Titans 6-point favorites over Cleveland. Cleveland is the most I would struggle to pick a team that is 8-3. I go Titans here.
I think Titans' offense is just on fire right now, and not to say that Cleveland's isn't, because they're doing good things, but I just like the Titans a lot more, man. And I think their defense is there too a little bit, but just they got so many weapons on offense, and also, you know, defensively they have some things to work on. That's those slot receivers. It's hard for them to cover, I guess, but I mean Cleveland. You got Nick Chubb, but Tennessee, they can stop the run a little bit there. Kareem Hunt, he may or may not play.
I think it's a battle of game managers
It
at
is.
quarterback, and it's whoever can stifle the run the best.
And that's also what I wanted to bring up with Baker Mayfield. He is very great at managing games too, by virtue of quarterback. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people are expecting. But I think Tennessee comes out with the win.
Yeah, I think it'll be a high-scoring affair, though.
Oh, for sure. I think it's definitely going to be the over. Tell me what it is.
It's going to be 53.5.
Oh, yeah. And that's high, but
Yeah.
I feel like it will be that.
Both these offense, very high-octane, and these are two teams that should be in the playoffs.
Yep,
So,
I
good
totally
deal.
agree. It's a great matchup.
Next game, Miami, 11-point favorites against Cincy.
Give me that. Dolphins.
Yeah, if I can find them. There we go. Boom, boom,
Uh,
boom.
I love the Dolphins this year. I'm
You
so
picked
happy.
Dolphins too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am
yeah,
so
you're not
happy
crazy.
that Miami is just like flourishing.
Yeah, they're cruising, man. And Fitz is going to start in this game?
They have not named
don't
the
know.
starter, but
Oh, my God.
all signs are indicating that it's Fitz Magic.
They're
and
fucking.
then,
They're,
hey,
they're
and if
starting
it
to call
wasn't, I wouldn't have picked up Gasicki for my tight end. I have a
true.
feeling.
I
have a
mean,
feeling.
even if it's Tua, you pick the Dolphins anyway because their
Yeah,
for
defense
sure.
and special teams are great.
They're
Their defense has been carrying them the last few weeks. Tua's just kind of been there. And then they finally figured it out. Like, hey, man,
the Dolphins can't.
our
get
defense
it.
is doing everything. You're not getting this going. Put Fitz in.
Yeah.
They
And,
just
and they're
can't
doing
get-
it very well because they're like, dude, we have just as good a shot as anybody else.
Yeah.
Go on.
Are you done?
The one time that you want to talk, let's go.
The one time. Go ahead.
They can't get caught up. The media is starting to call it a quarterback controversy. They cannot get caught up in that.
Well, you've
'Cause
seen them
that's
talk
gonna-
to each other, right? Like,
Yeah,
like, they're
yeah,
totally
but
on good
It
terms.
seems every time the media starts going quarterback controversy, everybody starts turning against each other.
Yeah, but you got to remember this. Like, Tua's not used to it probably yet, being in the NFL, but Fitzpatrick definitely is,
No,
and
yeah.
he's mentoring the kid. And I've seen clips and videos of
And-
that they have a good relationship going on.
he's a good guy. Because
Even when he got pulled.
He's been in quarterback
And
controversy
even when
his
Tua
whole career.
right, and even when Tua got pulled, like Fitzpatrick told him, like, hey man, like it's actually a good thing. Like this is a good thing for you. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a learning process. You know, like do not worry about it. It happens. Like it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. So like whatever the media has to say, I don't think that's gonna have any strain on.
But on a young quarterback, that could.
But then you got Fitz there, you know,
Yeah.
the vet he was there to tell him this is like just don't worry about it, don't stress.
So, over under 42.5. I take the under. by
Yeah,
virtue of
I'm gonna have with the Bengals
under.
offense.
Yeah. Okay. Minnesota 10.5-point favorites over Jacksonville. We all going Vikings here?
Yeah, I mean,
you got to.
Yeah.
you guys remember those glory days of Minshew Mania and the Jaguars just being like, they're coming, and really it turned out to be Miami.
Now
right?
it's Luton the futon because they're laying down. Everybody's laying down on them,
getting comfy,
Yeah,
getting cozy.
Jacksonville's rough. They're gonna pick second. Although if the Jets win 2 games, the Jaguars will pick first.
What
I
I
don't think the
do I have
Jaguars.
to say this every week on the mic?
Listen, the Jaguars aren't gonna win another game. But if the Jets somehow jets this draft and win 2
Bruh.
games, I'm just saying it would be so funny. I'm not going by what I think will happen. I'm going by what would be funniest.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: if the Jets were going to win at least 1 game, it was going to be against the Patriots a few weeks back.
They still got one more against Patriots.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen again. Like you think Belichick's gonna let that happen again?
Brady, I don't think you're funning hard enough. Whatever. Anyway, you're not funning enough. 51 over under 51 over.
Glass
over?
half full.
Under for me, dude.
Over Dalvin Cook's
Yeah,
gonna fucking.
you fucking want him to.
Nah, that's
That's
the
why.
under, bro.
Vegas playing the Jets. Vegas is 9.5-point favorites.
All right, so you're gonna say they're gonna win this game, or
You know what? I didn't pick the Jets here, so no.
I got Raiders.
Okay.
Come on, I'm not stupid. I wouldn't. The only time I picked the Jets was when I was all set for fucking Belichick to lose, so I could come in on Tuesday with my tinfoil hat on, and it didn't happen, and I've been pissed off ever since. The Raiders, despite their ineptitude when it comes to handling COVID, they could probably beat the Jets if every player fucking had one arm tied behind his back and Derek Carr played the game with an eye patch like the fucking logo.
You mean like he played last week?
It doesn't matter. They would fucking win.
Fucker played blindfolded
it's the
last week.
he
Jets.
should have just put more eyeliner just on his eyeballs.
Yeah, dude looks like fucking. He's trying to be Billy Joe Armstrong. Anyway,
Literally every time I see him, I think holiday.
don't start that now.
Okay, John,
Over
Little
under
John.
Little John. Over under 46.5. I actually
Under. I'm gonna go. No, actually over. I'll go over.
I'll
because
take the over.
The Jets
Over.
can score.
on a bad defense, Jets can
They
score.
can score.
Yep. Okay. The Indianapolis 3.5-point favorites over Houston.
Give me the Colts on this, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Indianapolis.
Oh no!
Oh, and this has somewhat to do with the situation over there with the Texans with Will Fuller,
Yep.
obviously out for the season
Will
now.
Fuller and Bradley Roby.
So but before I knew about that, I picked this, and only because the Colts defense is legit. It's legit.
Yeah, Colts defense is legit,
And their offense, they can get going depending
Yeah.
on the day, really.
They
but-
take advantage of their guys like Naeem Hines, Jonathan Taylor's been playing pretty decent this
and
year.
they like to play the hot hand there.
Michael Pittman, he's on the verge
Pittman
of having
Jr.,
some
yep.
breakout games. So they've got some hands out there. Absolutely. And T.Y. Hilton's still a savvy vet.
And then obviously you got Rivers.
And Rivers.
He's a vet. He knows, he sees the whole field. Like, yeah, it's not a bad matchup. I like it. I think the Texans are favored for a ridiculous reason. I don't know
Over
why.
under 51. I take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a
Over.
shootout. Maybe not in the air, but I think they're going to go TD for TD.
Okay. Rams 2.5-point favorites over the Cardinals, and I think I went Rams here.
I went Rams.
I went Cardinals.
Nice.
I like the Cardinals offense, but I like the Rams defense more, and I think the Rams still have the ability to score on the Cardinals defense because their defense
Yeah.
isn't that great. I mean, they got a couple of good secondary guys, but other than that, I mean, what are we really worried about?
Yeah, I mean, I would love the Cardinals to win this thing here. I think that they've
Yeah,
been
same.
just a fun team to watch all year. But I think the Rams are starting to put it together, and they're a quiet.
They're starting to show us who they are.
They're a quiet 7-4.
Yeah.
I mean they
think
really are.
I'm-
They're going to be in the playoff mix, and they
I
could
think
be
I
doing
talked.
some damage.
Yeah, I think I talked to you at work, if not on the show, about the Rams. This was like a couple weeks back, but I was like, the Rams really haven't shown us really who they are yet. Like,
Yeah.
we don't really. But I
will
feel like
say-
they have, in the last couple weeks.
I'll give credit where it's due. Goff's playing way better than he played last year.
He is.
Yeah.
And I think they're finally starting to show us what they're about and what they're going for and what to expect. And I was not seeing that throughout the first 7, 8, 9 weeks.
Over under 48.
I'll say the under just because
I think I'll take the over.
I'm gonna take the over.
it's hard for me to not take the over, but the only reason I say the under is I think the Rams defense is going to give the Cardinals offense a really hard time, and I think that's going to mix into the whole game.
Seattle 10.5-point favorites over New York Giants.
Give me that. Obviously, Hawks.
You already know.
We got probably the easiest schedule left.
Over
The
under.
Giants actually don't have that bad of a defense as far as, it's not that bad.
That's the best part of their team.
So don't be surprised if this is a 10-point favorite. I think that's kind of a joke just because of how our defense has played this year.
I think they'll put up a fight, but I don't think they'll ever take the lead on you.
I think they might, and if they do, it's early.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think we should win by at least 2 scores, I hope. But it could be closer than that. But I think the Seahawks all the way, obviously.
Over under 47.5.
Over. And also, you got to remember, Daniel Jones is not playing.
Okay.
It's Colt McCoy, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so we don't really know what to expect.
That
from
means,
this dude.
Washington can totally win that
Yep.
division. Because we know Carson Wentz is terrible.
What happened to Jones?
I'll take the
I got
under.
a little injury. I forgot what it was.
He tripped out on a dandelion and
A ghost actually tackled him by the ankles, and
he was walking around
got a high
like-
ankle sprain.
he was walking around like Sid the Sloth in Ice Age, and he was like, "Oh, look, a dandelion! Must be the last one of the season." And then he fucking tripped on it, and he fumbled a football that he magically had in his hands mid fall.
Fumbleina.
What a fucking guy! What a fucking stud! Green Bay taking on Philly. They are 7.5-point favorites. We all know how much faith we have in the fucking Eagles and
All I gotta say,
Carson Wentz.
is obviously I'm picking the Packers, but
You're picking the Packers too, right?
Eagles.
Okay.
If the Eagles want a chance to win, run Miles Sanders as much as you can, and interchange him with Boston Scott. Otherwise, you guys have no chance.
Can I mention that Travis Fulgham is a fucking non-entity anymore? Mm-hmm. Like the last 3 or 4 games, that guy is fucking.
You can thank
Hey,
Carson Wentz for
Look
that
here.
one.
If you want to win, you know what you got to do? You got to take out Devontae Adams.
Well, you got to run the ball if you're the Eagles, but
Take him out.
Devontae Adams will score. He's just tremendous.
you don't even need Devontae Adams because you still got some other guys. You got Tanyan, right?
Yeah, but dude,
You got Lazard.
Lazard.
Adams is he's a top 3 receiver.
No,
right
definitely,
now.
definitely,
He's amazing.
He's a stud, right? But I think the Eagles have a great chance, even if he had COVID and didn't play.
Yeah.
It's,
Patriots. I don't know how it's this close because this is so
I know.
fucking stupid.
Because your team's so unpredictable, dude.
Patriots 1-point favorites over the Chargers. Guys, I'm laying it down. Of course, I'm picking the fucking Patriots.
and I already told you, Mike, I'm picking your Chargers. Somebody's got to pick
Chargers.
them.
I picked the Chargers as well.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
We're not beating the Patriots.
Yes, you are.
Historically, we never beat them.
But guess what, dude? This is 2020, and nobody saw
got
any of this
Tom
shit
Brady.
happening.
We never beat these guys. And this defense has been surprisingly good, and ours has been surprisingly dog shit. You know what this is going to be? This is going to be Belichick's chance to see Justin Herbert live and in person and go,
He's gonna talk to him
"Holy
after the
shit,"
game, say, "Hey, bud."
and go, "Holy shit, I want this offense, and I can instill some discipline in this defense, and I want to come coach this fucking team."
And this is
And
what's
I-
going to
Oh,
happen.
you're smoked out.
Oh, I'm not smoked
You're
out.
smoked
I'm not
out.
smoked
No,
out.
he's not.
He talked about Justin Herbert earlier this week. He said he's amazing for a rookie. He's incredible. He has no weakness. He fucking couldn't stop singing his praises. I'm telling you now, Bill Belichick has been in frosty fucking Foxborough for 21 seasons.
Mike.
It's getting close to retirement time for the man. If he comes down to sunny California, bites the bullet on the taxes because he's only hundreds of millions of dollars rich, to come coach this team and lead us to at least one Super Bowl. I shit you not, he can have my firstborn son's body as a vessel for when his goes to the afterlife.
Hey, and this
Let's
is why
fucking come on, man.
And this is part. I mean, this the Chargers are going to win, and then Bill Belichick's gonna be like, okay, I want that guy, and I want all those guys. So
Think about it.
I'm going to leave here.
That offense is already tailor-made. What's the one thing Belichick sucks at? Drafting wide receivers.
Yeah.
We have 2 great wide receivers on there. One who has the most third down receptions in the NFL right now. The other is one of the most underrated deep threats. And then we got a great tight end. And then all the other guys, Herbert can just connect with if he wants to. Jalen Guyton breaks free on a 50-plus yard route. Oh, there's a touchdown. Donald Parham, the XFL tight end, only catches touchdowns. Virgil Green catches fucking touchdowns. Austin Eckler, he's just a younger, stronger, better James White, a guy that Belichick fucking likes. I'm telling you, I wasn't trying to sip the Brady Kool-Aid until it was getting really, really hot toward the end before he went to Tampa. I'm all in on the Belichick Kool-Aid. Fucking let's go.
Yeah. Either way, Chargers are going to win that game.
We're not winning this game.
If you want this to come, if you want to come full circle, Belichick come here, they're going to win.
I feel so sick to my stomach thinking about that. Over under 47.5. I take the over.
Over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
over.
big time. I think
Both offenses have the potential to score.
Herbert's
30
gonna
plus
have
points.
he's gonna have a good game too. Herbert usually does. Even against good defenses like Buffalo, he still throws for 300 yards.
I feel like against the best teams, he does the best.
Yeah, like the Bucks. He
Compared
had a great,
to
he had a
like the
great
teams
game
where he
against the Bucks.
should have a good game, I think he does.
No, he fucking snuffed out New York pretty good.
That's true. I mean, but
He-
who
he
hasn't?
threw
But
for 300
other
yards
than
in one
that
half.
team, like I feel like he does better against better defenses.
Kansas City, 13.5 point favorites over Denver.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Come on,
who's playing quarterback?
You know we went with Denver.
Or is anybody playing quarterback?
I don't. Who knows? But
No,
that's
Drew
that.
Lock got cleared,
Listen,
so Drew Lock is supposed to start for the Broncos
Kendall
now.
Hinton, all the credit in the world for having the sack to go out there and do that, but that was the worst quarterback stat line.
No,
I've
he
ever
even came
seen.
out and said, he was like, in my dreams, it obviously played out different, but nonetheless, he goes, that was still an experience to have
He
that I
will
wanted.
always have
That's sick.
that I started a game for the Denver Broncos in the NFL.
I don't care what anybody says
And that's
about
more
that
than any of
performance.
us can say.
And all he had
That's true.
was not even a week to prepare for.
One for 9 for 13 yards.
Negative-
but
negative
fuck,
point
man.
four.
I mean, he's a practice
It
squad
was-
guy.
What do you expect?
Yeah. No.
He played QB when he was in what?
High school.
High school?
I know
And
college.
1 year at Wake Forest.
Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Regardless, so we all picked the Chiefs over under on this bad boy, 50.5.
Over.
I'm gonna say the under because I don't think that the Chiefs are gonna. I don't think they're gonna let them score 50 on them.
38-7 Chiefs. I take the under.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Washington. Pittsburgh 7-point
Jesus
favorites. Here we go.
Hey, Mike.
They're only
Fucking-
7-point favorites.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on, man. Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of upset of the fucking week, boys.
Why the fuck you lying?
Right.
That's the wrong
No,
one.
no, that's the right. That's the exact one you wanted to play there. Why the fuck you boys lying? Because, all right, you guys want me to win another pick 'em, I guess.
Be gone, fuck!
That's right. No, dude, they're Washington. It's tailor made. Pittsburgh. Hold on. Let me pull up the.
Bruh.
Let me pull up your pick since they're gonna lose anyway.
Bruh.
Pittsburgh is fucking. They're dying to lose.
I already know this.
They are dying to lose,
But
and Washington.
they're gonna
is
lose to the
cruising.
Bills first. They're not gonna lose to Washington.
Is taking advantage of an opportunity.
No.
The Daniel Jones is injured. Carson Wentz fucking forgot he got space jammed and lost all of his fucking football talent.
The Monstars took it.
The Monstars took it. And then the fucking Cowboys are the Cowboys. It's. They're going to feast.
Hey, man,
And
that's America's team.
This is the first big win on the road to the football team making the Super Bowl, because this is going to be the most fucked up season of football ever, and I want this. I want this more than I want fucking most things.
Well, How's it feel to want? Because that's a fucking tall order.
Dude, best pass defense versus the best run defense. And I said it when I talked about Terry McLaurin. Fucking the Redskins, sorry, the football team. Don't hit me. The football team pass better than the Steelers run.
I'll give you that.
Ask him about how fucking good James Conner is.
Oh yeah, he's fucking phenomenal.
amazing.
But I just don't think it's. I don't think it's in the cards.
I'm telling you, a lot of screens to fucking Gibson and McKissick. What's this? Scary Terry, Logan Thomas, who also has gadget plays because he used to play quarterback at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, you see that nice pass to McLaurin the other day?
Yeah, it was fucking cool. Like, I watched him in college, so I'm sitting there going, fuck yeah, break out some gadget stuff.
Speaking of that, did we see more flea flicker action on Thanksgiving than we've ever seen?
And I fucking
live
love
for
it.
I love it.
I'm here for it. That's how I play Madden, dude. Flea flicker, literally the minute you get that ball in your hands, you tap fucking circle or B if you're an Xbox crone, and you just and you throw that shit. Anyway, to your widest fade route. It's great. I'm here for it. Washington, get it done.
Yeah, it's cute, guys.
Get it done, dude. Do it for Ron, who beat cancer, by the way. I don't think we mentioned it on the show. But
We did.
Congratulations.
We did.
He beat cancer. He's a soldier.
Rang the bell.
San Francisco. They are 1-point favorites against Buffalo. Are you saying for fucking real?
Yeah, I don't buy that for even a
They're
second.
getting back.
No,
they got their running backs
not
back.
this week.
I will say, Rich Eisen says
You got Mostert back.
Rich Eisen actually he's all in on San Fran. He thinks they'll make the 7th seed.
I picked San Fran.
Wow.
No, I got the Bills, man.
Okay, yeah. So he's got San Fran. We got the Bills. I just like the Bills too much to not pick them.
I like the Josh Allen in the Diggs. They got a
Josh Allen's great. Stephon Diggs has been probably the best receiver this season in terms of fantasy, in terms of impact. He's been tremendous in his new place. Stephon Diggs thrives as a number one.
Who would have figured?
Who'd have figured?
I mean, when he was stuck in Minnesota, that's a run first offense. You're not going to do anything over there besides be like
Especially
every now
when you
and
got
then.
Adam Thielen there, who's great. So it's like
You don't really need him.
Although I will say, Justin Jefferson has come up as a great number 2. He's going to
Right.
have 1,000 yards this year. He'll break 1,000 yards as a rookie. It's incredible. He's already got over 900.
But I think if Diggs was there, he wouldn't have a good of a season.
I tell you, so minus not having a quarterback, which I'm not all that high on Garoppolo anyways.
Neither am I.
They're getting their pieces back.
No,
at
they
the
are.
right
They are.
time.
I just don't.
Sherman, Mostert.
Sherman, they're
Right.
getting their running game
I just
back.
think I don't think they're going to win this game, but I think they can definitely still make a push.
Yeah, this is a tall order, but I mean it's possible. San Fran. I'm not willing to count San Fran out. I think
No.
they're a very well coached team.
Yeah.
For
Sure.
period. But I like the Bills more.
Same.
That's all it comes down to. I think this should be an entertaining
I got
game.
24-21 San Francisco. Is what I've got for the score.
Over under. Okay, so you got 45. Then
I got
so
31-27. So
over under 47.
I got the
So
under.
you've got an over. You've got an under. I'll take an over.
What do you
I'll
got?
take an over. What did I put here?
I
Actually,
was gonna say your score's right there, but
yeah, I'm fucking stupid. Oh, I do have an over. I have 30-17 Bills.
okay.
Now we get to and then for the Broncos Chiefs, I have Chiefs 42, Broncos 3.
I got 34-10.
I got 34-13.
And then we've got the Cowboys and the Ravens
Come on, guys. Come on.
on Tuesday.
Just think about it.
Ravens are 7.5-point favorites. I think.
What the fuck is that?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Will you stop? Oh, God, I forgot what television static sounded like, and you helped me remember.
Sounds like me put my kids to bed at night.
Are we all picking? We're all picking
Hold
Ravens,
on, I
right?
don't know.
You don't know?
I'm still going back and forth on this.
Oh,
one.
come on. The number one
my
scoring defense
God.
against Andy Dalton?
Oh my god. You
Yeah,
could put
I'm going
fucking
Ravens.
You think?
Jesus, dude.
I flip flopped on that one a couple times.
What? That was the hard one. Out of all the
Yeah,
all the games, that was the hard one.
Washington was a no-brainer. Didn't even think about it.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah. So
that's cute.
so-
I think I got the Ravens.
over under
for sure.
45.
Under.
I take the under. I just don't like watching the Cowboys play. Okay, so real quick to end the show, it's time to talk about breakfast.
What? Blacklist?
Breakfast.
Oh, breakfast.
Have you seen that? Breakfast. We're gonna talk cereals real quick. Power ranking from 5 to 1. We'll go in order from 5, 4, 3, and so on. You know how to count down. We're doing this by the seat of our pants, brothers. My number 5 is Special K with red berries.
Okay.
That's not a joke either. Special K with red berries is amazing. Those flakes, they're like a wheat corn mixture, and they're very tasty. And those dried strawberries are so good.
All right, man. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to go with my number 5. Rice Krispie. Gotta have the sugar on top.
Okay.
Just delicious, man. Gives you some energy. Start the day.
Rice Krispies rule, dude. Yeah. Plus, you can hear them talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear voices in the cereal.
Yeah, they snap, crackle, pop.
My number 5 is Kix.
Okay.
Yeah, kid tested, Skylar approved.
Yeah.
What a boring cereal.
Boring cereal.
Come on, man. Ain't nothing cool about it. It's little yellow balls that just kind of taste like
What the fuck, man? No,
like sweet milk.
they're not bad. They're not bad.
No, they're good though. I like them.
My number 4 is. This is tough now. Hold on a minute. Let me think my order here.
You don't want to mess this pick up, dude.
I don't
You'll
wanna-
think about it for the
I
next
don't
few
want to
years.
fuck this up. This is gonna eat me alive. I'm gonna forget something here, and I'm gonna get really cheesed off. You watch. Sorry, we're flying by the seat of our pants, brothers.
I'm prepared.
It's way too serious.
I
What
know.
is this?
Listen,
you
I know.
two aren't prepared, and I'm prepared.
I'm prepared. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
Talk about
I know-
you two. It's him.
I know my
Fuck. Fuck, bring me into this shit.
I know my top choices, but I don't want to forget anything, bud.
The motherfucker that flies by the seat of his pants all the time is prepared.
Yeah, I'm. Fuck.
Yeah, it's not that easy, is it?
No.
Very simple.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
definitely
solid.
great. My number 4, man, you gotta go with what you know, and that is Fruit Loops. Toucan Sam, shout out to him. That is some fire, dude.
Yeah, that is some pretty good stuff. Yeah.
You guys all forgot about Fruit Loops, didn't
My
you?
number 4, they're
No, but they're good. They're good.
my number 4, they're great.
Oh,
Frosted
okay.
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. God
Okay.
damn, I almost forgot about them. Tony Tiger, dude.
Let me think here. What's the one? What's the fucking? What am I missing here before I fucking lose my mind? I'm so mad that I'm forgetting something because I'm gonna remember it and go, oh fuck.
Reese's Puffs.
No, I could never finish a bowl of those.
No, they're too bad.
There's too much going on. Too much going on. I will go with rice checks with a spoonful of sugar. Fuck yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Life. Rice checks is an honorable
amen.
mention. Life cereal. Even the cinnamon Life is good, but I like the regular old
Just
Life.
regular old life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 3, I'm coming in hot with the infamous
Infamous, huh?
Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp.
I never fucking.
Come
liked
on, bro.
that
It's
cereal.
just like
trash.
you ever dip a nice cookie into some milk?
Yes, I dip cookies into milk, but I don't like
Yeah,
it.
why not just mash up a bunch of Chips Ahoy's and pour in a bowl and pour milk on them?
It's pretty much a Cookie Crisp, man. And you don't like Cookie Crisp?
No, it's there's
No.
too much going on.
What do you
for
mean
me.
too much going on? It's literally fucking cookie.
There's too. You
with
want
fucking
you want a
chips in it.
good. You want a
Chocolate
solid
chips.
cookie cereal. Fucking Oreo O's are better than
The
that.
fuck is that?
What?
You don't know what Oreo O's
Oreo-
are?
No, I don't know what this
What?
new school, new
Get
wave
out.
shit is.
Or they're like 20 years
Yeah.
old.
Oreo.
Motherfucker,
What?
I ate them when I was in elementary school.
What kind of fancy shit you guys on that I wasn't
They're
on?
like Oreo, like circles, like
They're
Cheerios.
like fucking goddamn.
But they're Oreos?
They're
Fruit Loops,
and
but
they're,
they're
and they're
Oreos.
They got sprinkles on them like the icing.
No, that's not like a common thing.
Yes,
No,
it
it is.
is.
It is. They were gone. They were discontinued.
I've
and
never seen. Why,
Dude,
why have I never
I'm
seen one
shitting you
commercial?
not. I'm
Never seen
shitting
one
you not.
commercial on that.
They were discontinued years ago and brought back recently. They're a thing. They're like a product of the late '90s, early 2000s, and fucking everybody loves them.
I've never fucking heard of this.
They got a Wikipedia,
Okay,
bro.
you hadn't heard of chocolate milk until a year ago.
I fucking heard of chocolate milk, dude. I never had chocolate milk. Come on, dude. What the fuck? No, that Oreo. No,
97 to 2012 and 2012 to present.
Cookie Crisp, dude. You soak them bad boy. You take your spoon and you just submerge them. It's kind of like you're drowning them.
It's
Get
okay.
'em a little soggy.
Tyler fucking likes Cookie Crisps too. So does my girlfriend.
So does millions of Americans.
I don't.
I'm sure.
I don't understand it.
How
Here
about we
go.
take a poll
Listen
here?
to this.
Let's take a poll here.
Listen to this.
Anybody who's watching the show, name your favorite cereal.
Nobody's watching the show.
Well, comment.
So here we go. Markets. It was available worldwide from 97 to 2007.
I wonder
Okay.
why that was so short.
And then it came back in 2017.
Wonder why it got
It was
discontinued the
only
first time.
It was only available in South Korea from 2003 to 2014.
I wonder
Oh, you know,
why.
people were ordering the boxes from South Korea. Yeah, when they was discontinued
so
here.
I like my cereal American, not South Korean.
Keep it up, Brady.
I don't like my cereal exported.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 3, they're magically delicious.
What are you just like?
Just the
look-
charms, or
Lucky
or
Charms.
just the charms, or
Just the charms.
No,
Okay.
no.
I say just a charm. No, okay. I will say this: like my dad, he always had Lucky Charms. When we'd go to his house every other weekend, couldn't stand the little cereal bits, but I definitely like the charms, man. And he'd get so angry at me because I would only eat the charms. I'd only eat the marshmallow pieces. But yes, as I got older, I was like, you know what? I neglected these other pieces. When you
Yeah,
chew
they're not
them,
bad.
when you chew them together, it's fucking
Okay,
great.
I got a story about those charms. I remember one time. I think they had a special one with rainbows in them. Or is rainbows a normal charm?
It's a normal
Yeah.
charm.
Now
Okay.
it is. Was
I think
original.
It was like blueberries, I think, or something
I
like that.
think they were special charms at one point, and I took 3 of them out of the cereal, my cereal bowl, and I wrapped them up in a napkin, and I put them in my pocket in like the first grade.
You like Napoleon Dynamite or something?
Dude, and then I
with the
reached
charms?
into my pocket and I pulled like my whole pocket was like
Soggy?
stuck together.
Yeah.
You ever have it where like have you ever like okay,
I did it with a Jello shot this last
I
weekend.
guarantee you y'all didn't do this, but like I had a Jolly Rancher one time and I was eating in class and my teacher's like, "No, put it away." And I like put it in my pocket. And then you ever have it where you got to rescue that thing out of your
Yes.
linty pocket?
I've
and,
done that
and
plenty of
you gotta,
times,
like,
brother.
You in order to get it out, it's like getting the sword out of the stone. You got to like pull that thing, and then your pocket turns inside out,
Yeah.
and it just like won't fucking get. It was like that with
I had to
with
throw
marshmallows.
out. I had to throw out a few shorts because of candies getting stuck in
But
there.
Mike got it off and put it back in his mouth.
No, dude, it was a mess. Okay, the Jolly Rancher, yes.
Speaking of Jolly Ranchers, speaking of Jolly Ranchers, you ever do the old trick where you bite down on it as hard as you can towards your back molars? You just bite on it as hard as you can for like 30 seconds, and then you can't get your teeth off of it.
No, because I wasn't trying to rip my teeth out.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, it was a challenge, and I thought I was gonna lose a couple teeth that day, but it didn't happen.
Yeah,
Thank God.
You're fucked in the head. So anyway,
It was-
Was that a challenge? Like,
It was some weird things that kids said to do, and like we all just did it.
All before
Yeah,
TikTok.
we did it
when
before-
Only a few
we did it
people
before
did it.
Bro,
kids
this,
said
this
so.
dude, this was like
I know.
pre 2010.
That's
like,
when
this
only
was like
a group of friends did it.
this was
And
like
now when a group
this was
of
like
friends,
06, 07,
yeah.
dude.
Now when a group of friends do something stupid, they're like, "Oh, let's put it on TikTok," and the whole fucking world. Can
No,
do
right?
it.
Like we did stupid shit, but we weren't gonna make an audience out of it. Anyway,
so my number 2
Yeah.
is
Tide Pod Crunch.
Tide Pod Crunch.
no. I gotta go with. That's so fucking dumb. Captain Crunch, peanut butter crunch.
Oh, come on,
No.
man! If you're going there, you gotta go Reese's
Original.
Puffs.
No, peanut butter crunch is like
Original.
elder god tier cereal.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
You fucking like Cookie Crisp. Don't give me this.
no. Here, I guess if I was gonna go Captain Crunch peanut butter crunch, I would have gone. I think Reese's Puffs are better than that.
No, Reese's Puffs have too much going on.
It's too much chocolate, huh?
It's just too. I've never finished a bowl of Reese's Puffs.
Okay. All right. My number two coming in hot is Fruity Pebbles, man. Do not let me down. I love those things. I've loved them since I was a young
Fruity
lad.
Pebbles are so good,
and
dude.
and I'll buy them as a grown ass adult, a grown man. I will buy that shit. My son, you get you get Raisin Bran, brother.
Raisin Bran.
This is Daddy's Fruity Pebbles.
That's right. Reminds me of that episode of the Bernie Mac show where he's like putting a line on all the food in the house.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "All right, kids, see this marshmallow puff? Here's the line. Up to the line, that's Bernie's puff.
Yeah.
Rest of the line there, that's the kid's puff."
I swear to God, that is me. That is me. I am
He put
Bernie
a line
Man.
on everything. Now the root beer is a little different. From here to the bottom, that's Bernie's root beer,
Mm-hmm.
and all the way on the top, that's the kid's root beer. You
Yeah.
guys can have the root beer.
Yeah. So that's my number two. What do we got for Skylar? I'm curious,
my
man.
number two. I don't
God
have a
damn.
cool.
I don't even want to hear it.
I don't have a cool catchphrase, but it's Apple Jacks.
Oh, they are good. They are
they?
good. They are
They're fine.
Bro, I
absolutely
had them
love Apple Jacks
so much as a kid. Actually, they are very good. I think I've had so much of that.
I was always underwhelmed.
Remember that dude, the cinnamon dude?
Oh, okay, those commercials were funny.
Yeah.
Here I come, I am cinnamon. We watch way too much TV.
I just looked up the catchphrases.
Skylar,
and
that's a
there's nothing
fire.
good.
That's a fire number two
They're
choice.
they're decent. I never think of them. I never think of them.
I never think of cereal anymore because I really don't eat it.
Yeah, I don't.
I have cereal like twice a year, but I go
Same.
But like a week at a time, I'll go ham on
No,
it.
same.
I crave it.
Like I'll buy a big box and then I'll just go through it.
Okay, before I do my number one, I have some honorable mentions to dole out. This one's from when we were kids. Cinnamon Scooby Doo cereal. It was like cinnamon.
That's
It was
after
like
my time.
cinnamon. Well, this is when we were kids. You're 10 years older. than
Definitely
us
before
almost.
your time, asshole.
Cinnamon bones with like fucking
Oh my God, why-
marshmallow skulls.
Bro, nostalgia just hit me hard.
Yeah, and they came with a little. Yeah, those were so good.
Yeah.
The cinnamon Scooby Doo cereal fucking ruled. French toast crunch was.
Oh my
How about-
gosh.
How about Count Chocula?
Count
Yeah,
Chocula was good.
In the berry one.
Blueberry?
Blueberries.
that cereal sucks. Go for the blueberry. That was like that Family Guy where he's that chick's glass eye, and she's gonna grab like some fiber one. He's like, that cereal sucks. Go for the blueberry. It's like one of my favorite lines. I gotta say, Honey Bunches of Oats
That's actually dang.
are a banger. Those are delicious, and then Wheaties. Gotta mention Wheaties. We are a sports show. We're not a bunch of heathens. And
we
then
do like healthy stuff.
and
This is just-
Golden Grams. Golden Grams. Nobody thinks of Golden
I'm
Grams.
surprised you didn't pick Bootios.
oh my God.
What?
Bootios.
Oh, and Bootios. You got to give a shout out to Bootios because of the new day. I have a box on top of my fridge.
Because who doesn't eat ass nowadays, right?
Exactly. So
what about Tricks
Tricks
No,
are for kids.
Never liked
or
Tricks.
Honey Smacks?
Those are underrated as fuck. Also, Golden Crisp. They're the same thing. Shout out to Waffle Crisp, which R.I.P. And Eggo waffle cereal, which is kind of
Oh,
a spiritual
what about-
successor.
Hey, dude, that's
Honeycombs.
Those are decent.
no. That's where. What's his fucking face? What's Chester? What's his name?
What?
The dude who does the honeybee, who does the
That's
fucking.
honey.
Mini
What's his
Wheats.
name? Honey Nut Cheerios. You're thinking he said honeycomb.
It's not the same brand, huh?
No, honeycomb is Post. I
Okay,
think.
because I hated honeycombs. I thought those were disgusting.
Yeah, they're not that great, are they? Honey Nut Cheerios are great.
Yeah.
No, and that's why I thought it was
Okay,
like a
what about-
spin-off.
what
Like,
about-
here's
what
my
about
Cheerio.
just
Here's my fucking comb now. I didn't like it.
What,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
we got to give a shout out to the American Heart Association's #1 cereal.
Because
Cheerios.
cholesterol, or
Actually, I will say multigrain Cheerios.
they are great,
They slap,
bro.
A
They're
whole
like they're
fuck.
like the dark ones, and they got the lighter
Yeah.
one, dude.
Multigrain
great.
Cheerios might be the most underrated
Bro, I
cereal
was like
out
12.
there.
I was like 12, and I was like, damn, this is
That-
good,
that
dude. And I
purple
was
box?
eating just sugary shit all the time.
Yeah,
and I was
man.
like, this is actually fucking good.
That purple box is fucking awesome. And I want to give a shout out to a cereal people may not remember. Tony the Tiger is known for Frosted Flakes. There used to be a cereal called Tony's Cinnamon Crunchers, and they were like kind of a Chex, like, you know, Crispix.
Crisp Picks. Yes.
Okay, it was like those, but they were cinnamon,
Really?
and they were fucking good. So then, yeah,
See, all this shit I probably have tried at some point in my life.
yeah.
But it was a very young age where I'm like, fuck, it's cereal.
But my number one, you've actually already mentioned it. My number one is Fruity Pebbles.
It's so good.
Dude, Fruity Pebbles are amazing.
Don't let them get too soggy, but a little bit.
You
It's
can
like,
get them. You get a lot in a bowl. You throw a good amount of milk in there, and you just take a big ass bite. You get a lot of them on a
Yep.
spoonful.
And then you kind of just like dip them in.
When
Dip
I
'em
was poor as fuck, like when podcasting and shit was just a pipe dream that I never thought I'd get to do because I was broke as a joke, I could make food stretch on a week where I got gouged by bills, and I barely had $40 to my name. I could go to Winco and get the big ass Malto meal bag of fruity Dino Bites and eat. It was like $7, and I could get a week of meals out of that alone. Just
Only had
eating
like
just-
three gallons of milk.
even just one gallon, maybe a gallon and a half, and I'm set for a whole week of meals.
what kind of a milk guy are you guys? So like when you have a cereal, or does it just depend on like the cereal? Like do
I'm
you-
a
do you-
whole milk
Whole
guy.
milk all the way.
Yeah.
Okay, but how much milk do you put in your cereal? Does
Oh,
it
it just
depend on the
depends.
cereal? Sometimes it depends on the cereal for me.
I pour it until I see it come up.
Yep.
I don't drown my cereal, but I pour until I gotta see it because
So
I don't want to.
I know you guys hate Cookie Crisp. So
Yeah.
with a Cookie Crisp, you gotta fucking fill that bowl. You gotta fill the bowl, and it's gotta be a pretty decent sized bowl. And the reason you have to fill the bowl is because Cookie Crisp, when you're eating it, it's so dry that like it's like a
That's
cookie.
the thing.
It's like a cookie though. You need
I
to
don't want
submerge
a
it,
bite of dry cereal at
and that's
all.
why you gotta put more milk.
But that's
in that.
here's the thing. Here's the caveat to that.
Now with
when
okay.
you submerge your spoon, here's one of my fucking rages. When you pour cereal and then you get the milk in there, and if it's too much, for one, the cereal can do that, and then you get pieces that fall out of the bowl. Pisses me off.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when you submerge your spoon in there and jimmy some shit around, and then you spill more cereal, pisses me off.
there's an art. There's an art to it depending on what
Oh, yeah.
cereal there is. It's like you can't do it with Fruity Pebbles.
No.
That's like a minimal amount of milk,
Yeah.
mostly cereal. Now with Cookie Crisp, it's like more milk than there is cereal.
So what is your number one? by
So
the way?
my number one pick here, man, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Those would have been
Dude,
an honorable for me.
Cocoa
yeah.
Puffs are my shit, and I think that's where my love for chocolate milk came from because
Yeah.
we were talking months back when I first tried my first chocolate milk. Shit was fire. And
We
I was
had
like,
a heyday with that at
Here's the
work.
thing-
it was
though.
so good, but like I've realized, like yes, I've had it before,
You
and it was
have-
from Cookie Crisp.
But how
milk.
the fuck did you never have chocolate milk at school?
Because when I was in school, before school, I never had chocolate milk. I guess it was the parenting thing. Never had it,
Sure.
and so, but you get into school, all the kids get chocolate milk, right? I've never had it, and so I was like, I want the white milk, teacher. So I was the one kid. There's always that kid in class that there was
Yeah.
maybe 2 white milks out of the 14 chocolate milks.
Yeah.
I got the white milk every time. And I think it was one time where
You like-
I was going to try the chocolate milk and it was rotten. They gave us rotten milk. And it was gross. We had to pour it out in the sink. There was chunks coming out of
Oh,
it.
that sucks.
And so that ruined it for me.
Oh,
and
that
I didn't even get to
sucks.
try it.
Your childhood was ruined by the school system.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a
so-
school that gave you strawberry milk?
Yes, they did offer it before.
man.
I never tried it. I did try it by the time I was like, it's probably middle school. I was probably like 13.
We had it when,
and,
when I went to school in Florida for a little bit. I started school, kindergarten, at a school called Loftman Oaks in Davenport. And
I just don't see it as milk.
right off the bat, because they didn't have Dairy Gold up there. It was a different like dairy place, but it was like, yeah, you had white, you had 1% white, chocolate, and strawberry.
Yeah, and that was the only thing about the milk. There was 1%, but it was like, I mean, it's still good.
That's what I want. Is milk that I can see through.
Yeah,
That's like the fat-free milk with the pink cap. It
Yeah.
used to be the pink cap.
Yeah.
When I hear 1%, all I think is, I noticed you're drinking 1%. Is that because you think you're fat?
yeah,
Because you're not.
because you know.
You could drink whole if you wanted to. Fucking love the Napoleon
Yeah,
Dynamite.
that's a good scene. No, dude, but yeah, I guess technically I had chocolate milk before I was 25, but
So, Skylar, what is your one?
We're going back to Bedrock.
what? Oh,
Is it Cocoa? Though?
Yeah.
Cocoa
He's
Puff-
a Cocoa Pebble
Cocoa
guy.
Puff, they're great too.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
that
are
would be
good.
that would
They
be
are.
an honorable mention
now-
for me too as well.
While researching catchphrases for all my cereals, I came across the top 50 American cereals poll.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the top 5 because that's
Yeah,
all
let's
we're
just do the
doing.
top 5. See
Hey
what
kids, yabba dabba, do me a favor and give me a parent's credit card information.
So number 5, we got Count Chocula.
Okay.
So it didn't make our top 5.
Number 4,
It's a
Lucky
seasonal
Charms.
thing.
Lucky Charms did make the top 5 here.
Lucky Charms is good, but they're really they're good, man. But
If they're extra charmy.
if they didn't have the marshmallows, they'd be on thin ice.
If they have marshmallows, would that even be a cereal? Could you feed that to a baby?
that'd be-
Probably
that'd
not.
be-
There's no nutrition there.
So
I'm sure they share some of the same shapes as like Meow Mix too. Don't
They
they?
do,
Don't
they
they
do.
both have fish
They li-
and X's?
Yeah.
It literally looks like cat food
Yeah.
if you don't have the charms.
Then they have anchors, which just sets them apart, I think. But
Which
whatever.
makes no sense with the leprechaun. But
Oh no, wait, no, that's not that. That's the Malto Meal Marshmallow Mateys.
Malto
that has-
meal sounds like cat food.
Malto Meal, no, Malto Meal is the budget, the big bag cereal. That's like they
Yeah.
taste like the same, but theirs is instead of the charm brown shapes, they have like anchors.
It's like Lucky Charms but bigger.
They're Marshmallow Mateys.
So at number 3, we have Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
More than good. They're pretty. Yeah, that's an honorable mention for me too. But I know somebody picked it.
They're solid. He did, yeah. They're solid.
You picked 2 of the top 5 so far.
Yeah.
All
Number
American.
2,
All American.
number 2 is Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay, 3. Look, this dude literally looked this up.
No,
the
I
All American
honestly
American.
didn't.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. But what's number 1?
Number 1 is an honorable mention for me. It could have been there on the air. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, that was my number 4.
And that's definitely one for me too because
You know what I loved about Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles though is around 10 years ago.
it's that consistency.
10 years ago, The Rock came back and hosted WrestleMania. And they built to, hey, WrestleMania 28, it's going to be The Rock versus Cena once in a lifetime. Which was fucking dumb. It wound up being twice in a lifetime for no discernible reason. But here's the thing. They built to that thing. They both did promos. And when The Rock cut a promo about Cena, he, ripped Cena apart. He's like, yeah, since I've been gone, all you've been doing is running around in your giant multicolored shirts looking like a big bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Because fucking Cena would come out, every month, he'd have a different color, fucking purple and orange
Why
and
does it
red.
matter? You
and-
can't see him anyway. Dude.
Right. But he'd just be bright as fuck. And then what was hilarious about that was Fruity Pebbles eventually put Cena on the fucking box.
I mean,
They did Cena on the Fruity Pebbles box, and then it was like Kyrie Irving on the Cocoa Pebbles box.
that's kind of fucked. But
I don't
Wow.
want to. I don't want to comment. I wasn't gonna say it, but that's what they did.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool for marketing, with sports and all that. Because really, what other cereal does that with sports? Wheaties. That's the only other one. Oh well, I guess.
Frosted-
Tony the Tiger, but
Frosted
it's usually
Flakes.
soccer players.
Does
right?
anybody else worry that Wheaties are gonna go away one day because
think they
nobody
are-
buys
they
them?
are going
No,
away.
no, I see them at Winco.
No, they're
I
not
see them
going
at
away.
Winco.
Russell
but they-
Wilson just made the Wheaties list
listen.
a couple years back.
I always worry that Wheaties are gonna go away.
But they
one
might
day.
because who's eating that nowadays?
not enough people.
My
man.
grandpa, your grandpa, who's eating Wheaties?
My grandpa used to collect the boxes. He used to collect the ones that had Tiger Woods on them and the Dream Team.
I don't
and
even
all
think my
that.
grandpa eats that shit.
Hey, it's not shit.
no.
It's
Oh,
the Breakfast of
they-
Champions.
My
Listen,
grandpa eats that sweet shit
They
like
were
we do.
they were on the brink of folding, and I guess since
man.
since COVID, demand across the platform has increased.
Because nobody's
thank God.
probably because
okay.
nobody's eating it. It's a collectible.
Yeah,
You think it
it's
turned-
bad enough we already lost.
We're collecting cereal now, boys.
It's bad enough we already lost Flutie Flakes. We can't lose another one.
Yeah. What about Dino Bites?
I want. Oh
You guys,
God.
yeah. What about Dino Bites? You guys remember Dino Bites?
Cocoa Dino Bites. They're Cocoa Puffs.
No, there's
they're
fruity
Cocoa
Dino
Puffs.
Bites. Dino Bites. They're almost like a. They're almost like a. Like I said earlier. No, Captain Crunch, but they're dinos. Dino Bites, and they had like the. They looked like Chex Mix.
Is that a bagged cereal?
Yeah, big old bag.
Yeah, that's a Malto Meal cereal.
Yeah, the ghetto bags.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, ghetto bags.
hey,
Some
the-
of those bags are better.
Bro,
The
what are you talking
budget-
about? I always had the ghetto bag.
That's the
growing
budget bag, okay?
up. The budget bag, ghetto
It's-
bag, whatever
it's
you want to call it.
what kept me fed.
Kept me fed when I was fucking youngin', dude. I don't care. Cereal, man, it's all, and that's what everything is. You know, as a kid, you look at the brand name.
Yeah.
Really, I've had better cereal that's off brand, compared to the others. But anyway,
Is
I think,
it
I think
about time to wrap her
it's
up?
about-
I
it's about
think.
time to wrap
It's been
her
a
up.
tight 2 hours. I think we fucking nailed it. Well, like always,
next week we'll go into coffee or something different.
we'll figure something, maybe soda or something.
Soda.
The way I see it, Pardon My Take does Mount Rushmores, Barstool Chicago, the Dog Walk, they do drafts. We'll do fucking power rankings, bitch. Yeah,
Top 5.
Stick around, brother.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid. Hey, everybody.
Oops, I played it again. All right, see you next.